Doug, what are we talking about right now? All right. First, I want like this. This is more important than other aspects of what's going on. First, let me.
All right,
myself
we're live. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. It is a good night. Welcome to another episode of Pixels to Politics, episode 21 of season 2. We've got lots of fun news in AI. We'll try to keep it less political tonight, at least American politics. We'll try not to say, the word that makes everyone upset. But there's been a lot of news in AI today. So many announcements. I actually tried to catch up on all my news, and I couldn't. There was just so much that came out in terms of AI. Both Google and a few other companies just decided to drop everything on one day. And some cool stuff to take a look at. And then we have some nice, fun AI
not
gaming.
So cool stuff to take a look at.
Yeah, and then we have some not so cool stuff to not take a look at.
This fucking thing.
Oh, we have... Tonight we'll open with Nancy Mace, a senator here in America who has decided to show her naked body. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. To be honest, I'll give a loose summary. Is she talking about it in the video?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. All right, play the video.
Today in my hearing, I'm going to dissect what that guy did to dozens of women hidden on a hidden camera and other devices as he recorded them with impunity, without their knowledge, without their permission, and without their consent. Patrick Bryant, I hope you're ready. I'm also going to be sharing some of the imagery that Patrick Bryant, that guy right there, took of myself and other women without our knowledge, without our permission, without our consent.
What the fuck is happening?
Naked bodies, women's legs spread apart, different genital areas. And he had a catalog almost of these different fetishes of what types of videos and photos he liked to capture of women without their knowledge. I'll go over that too. I'm also going to be going over some of the bills that I've worked on, particularly on voyeurism. The Sue Voyeurs Act and the Stop Voyeurs Act. Those bills were born out of the videos I saw of myself and many other women, because this is not about me. I'm fighting for their rights. We have 3 witnesses coming in today, and I hope that you'll tune in to hear my questions of the experts and see some of the evidence this guy did to women, to hurt them, to strip away their privacy. And he did it for years, and he saved those files of those women for years, one up to a decade. This man still roams free to film women without their knowledge, without their permission, without their consent. Nothing is stopping him from continuing to do that.
Oh God, okay. There's so much to break down just from that.
Yeah, there is, Doug. There's so many questions. But first off, Doug.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
If you're gonna transition to a woman and you're gonna fight for women's rights, why are you saying their rights? I'm confused.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't you on the same team? Going to take off her clothes in the middle of a hearing or something along those lines.
We didn't even start with that. The big headline here is that Nancy Mace is going to a hearing and introducing some bills, and in the middle of this hearing, she's going to take... I don't think she was going to take off her clothes. I think she's going to show the picture that he took of her or something along those lines. But
America when the Nancy Mace video is released.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of want to move on from this part specifically. However, what the fuck is the line of thinking here? So I've this happens a few times where a female celebrity's photos or videos are about to get leaked, and they get in front of it by just dumping them themselves. And then they can and then they can claim copyright over it, which is kind of smart. But
I can't. The 1990s, the beginning of the era of the internet, right? It's like the mid 90s.
Mm-hmm.
People were so cordial on forums for the most part. people would still talk shit, but they would use periods and they would use initial caps on all their sentences. It was a better time. Now this is the shit I have to see on my computer. Look at Nancy Mace's fucking beefers and tell me you don't want to see her naked, shit lord. This is the shit I see now.
I want to know who this guy is talking to. What the hell? Why did he say
He's
that?
the most anti-Semitic man in the world, apparently.
Oh man. Well, this is fun because we can talk about some interesting stuff when it comes to this. Recently, and by recent, I mean literally yesterday, they just signed a bill that made revenge porn illegal. So, if you don't know what revenge porn is, basically it's like, when you break up with an ex, and then that ex puts, videos or pictures that you gave them.
Why?
They took of you.
Why?
Online.
Why are all the conservative right-wing people being like, come on, Congresswoman Nancy Mace, let's see what those gunboats look like for the good of America? What is happening to the political spectrum here?
I don't know. I fuck with it. What the hell?
You fuck with it?
Yeah. Even the rights are becoming very inclusive now. All of a sudden, we're all for the trans people.
I don't get it anymore.
I don't care.
Nancy Mace needs me to look at her naked body as a means of political action. like Nancy Mace says she'll release as much naked footage of herself as it takes to fight exploitation of women. This sounds like an Onion article. It sounds like an Onion article title.
The Babylon Bee it's basically the Onion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the funniest part is this is real.
Yeah,
the Onion. You're the reason why no one reads the Onion anymore, Doug.
Yeah.
Because so much crazy shit happens, the Onion can't keep up anymore. They can't keep up. They can't like and anytime some crazy shit happens and they try to move one step ahead. Oh, society's 3 steps ahead, and now we got a transsexual woman threatening to show her knockers on screen. How are you gonna top that? As a satire article based industry.
I don't know, actually. You bring up a really good point. I don't know how you top that.
I don't see a universe where the Onion doesn't just go out of business.
Are they even still in business?
Well, technically, yes, because it apparently doesn't cost much to print articles, but whatever.
Oh.
I'm in tears right now. Nancy Mace detailing how she was drugged and raped. Law enforcement did not care at all and said she could be arrested. And Nancy Mace is extremely strong for doing this. God bless Nancy Mace. Let's see.
In 2022, I found myself at a property owned by Patrick Bryant and Brian Musgrave on the Isle of Palms in South Carolina. Business partners Patrick Bryant and Eric Bowman were...
Wait, this is actually an excellent question, Doug.
Wait,
there's
a lot of stuff to break down here, so yeah, go ahead with yours.
Well, first off, she brought this in front of like she name dropped and she had pictures of these people. She had a fucking full-on PowerPoint presentation going on here, like 4 different guys recounting her events as like an actual representative, political representative, and these guys are still like holding office. Like, this is actually kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Not only that, but Musgrave, I believe, is an informant for the UFO stuff.
Huh. Oh, well.
Both there. I was served 2 small vodka sodas, like this glass right here. 2 small vodka sodas, like anyone would have at their neighborhood restaurant. A short time later, I blacked out. I have never blacked out after having a vodka soda or any adult beverage ever in my life. It's never happened. But I know who has. The women raped on those tapes that I saw, the women raped that I spoke to over the course of the last year. The stories of these women were all too familiar. Now I know why. My memories of that night are just flashes in and out of the dark, flashes in and out of the night. I was raped that night. Was it Patrick Bryant? I don't know. But I was raped. I believe that they purposely incapacitated me. Was anyone else there? Was it filmed? Was it sold on the dark web? I have no idea. But I know what these men do to their victims.
Doug, I ain't gonna lie. If there was any time where the Me Too movement should have taken off, it would have been right fucking now.
Yeah, fair enough. I didn't.
Wait. Actually, Doug, this is insane. Where's the Democrats on this? Where's the fucking Democrats? Doug, this is February 10th. What the fuck is happening? What is happening? What, are we being psyoped right now? Like, the Democrats should have been all over this shit.
Is this
What's happening?
This is from February 10th?
This is February 10th.
Oh wow.
This is February.
I don't know.
Where the Democrats? Are the Democrats still? The Republicans still? I don't know who's fighting for who anymore. All I know is that there's a bunch of furries and people on the right wing side that are like, let's see her fucking tits. What the hell's happening? I don't even know.
I don't know. I have no idea. It is kind of terrible. I will say I feel like you would know. I accidentally roofied myself.
What?
And I could tell that. Well, you're not supposed to mix certain drugs with alcohol, right? Like medicine, prescription medications, and some of them are actually like anti-anxiety meds that you take when you're having a panic attack. You take them. You're not supposed to mix those with alcohol because they have the same effect as like GCB, which is the rape drug. It's the same thing, and I didn't know that, so I accidentally. Yeah. I mean, they tell you not to drink alcohol with them. I wasn't, I was just like, eh. Anyways, I knew the next day that something wasn't right because just like her, I'd never blacked out before. And it was the first time I
raped
blacked
yourself.
out.
Is that what you're telling me, Doug? You raped yourself? Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
Doug, listen, it's okay.
out.
You're a victim. You're a victim.
Oh
Doug.
no, dude. I gotta do it. I gotta do it so that,
No.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Obviously, something happened to her because she blacked out and she ended up in someone else's home.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, it's very noticeable when something's wrong like that. I'm kind of curious as to when it happened, because I don't know. It's something like I don't know. For me, I was just like, oh shit, like what the fuck, like what just happened? Oh
yeah.
I'm again like when. Like, she's right though. Like, if this has been going on and there's tapes, like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on here?
Wait, 7 hours ago, live on YouTube, Chairwoman Representative Nancy Mace is holding a hearing to take on those who breach privacy in private spaces. Entire committee on oversight and government reform.
Yeah, I've been watching these all day long. I watch them.
Dress to sleep without someone's camera filming your naked body.
Jesus Christ, she's really going all in on this.
I mean, good for her.
I mean, yeah. You're laughing. Nancy Mace is about to show her heavy maces and you're laughing.
Why?
Why? What?
I don't know, Chief. There's yeah.
Today I will show my naked body in one of the videos predator and rapist Patrick Bryant took of me and many other women, without our knowledge, without our permission, and without our consent. He restricted victims of their dignity, privacy, and liberty. Meticulously organized and categorized. Yeah, we just saw that.
What I'm curious is, what does she want to happen, and then also like, why is nothing happening? I guess is the more curious part.
Yeah, why haven't we seen her tits yet?
Right. That is the most important part.
The founders wrote liberty in parchment, but hidden cameras erase it.
I ain't gonna lie, Doug. I think Nancy Mace is fucking hot.
I think in some photos she's pretty, other not so much.
Doug, listen, if you're into MILFs, which obviously that's what this is. This is a MILF. 100%. Like, you can't deny it.
Trans MILF. Is there a word for that yet?
Pseudo MILF? P-MILF? Pseudo MILF? Pseudo mother I'd like to fuck? Pseudo mother, right? So P-MILF. P-MILF.
I don't really like that. I don't know.
Dude, you don't like that?
It's not very catchy. This is not gonna stick.
It's not catchy? P-MILF?
P-MILF?
What about PILF?
PILF? What does that stand for?
Pseudo mother I'd like to fuck. But pseudo mother is all one word. That way you don't have to acronym the mother part.
It's better. It's better, I guess.
It's better?
Wouldn't it be SILF?
SILF?
No, sorry. I'm retarded. My bad. You're right.
Yeah, she's not a secretary. She's a chairwoman.
KILF. SILF.
Honestly. Chairwoman? Chairwoman I'd like to fuck. CHILF?
Chilf. It's better.
No, I don't. No. Trilf? Trans woman? No.
Trilf.
Twilf.
I don't like that
right?
word. I don't like that word.
Tilf.
Tilf is better.
What about What if instead of saying fuck for the acronym, we say bang? Pilb?
Okay, I think that's you changed the first letter and the last, by the way.
Okay, I try to go with the status quo, Doug. It's like High School Musical all over again.
I don't know, but I don't like. I'm so.
Oh my god! You're just killing me, Doug. I can't.
Of all the hearings to watch, this is the one that people get the most excited for. There's been 3 other hearings in the past 24 hours. 1 with Marco Rubio, 2 with RFK.
Yeah.
And both are infinitely, I don't want to say they're more interesting, but...
Oh my god, I can't, Doug. See Exhibit A is why I decided to get the fuck out of politics. Stupid shit like this. This is a security camera. It's about innocuous as it gets. If you want to settle scores with your cheating ex, do so not on taxpayer dime. Yet her simple defend. We have a trans woman as as a representative on the Republican side of all things, and she has Sims.
I don't think she's a Republican.
She is. She is a Republican.
Pretty sure she's a Democrat.
No, she's a Republican.
Pretty sure she's a Democrat, my friend.
Look, right here. Look.
In 2022.
Oh my god, you're right. She is a Republican.
I know, right? Dude, what is happening to the government? I don't know who's who anymore.
Wait,
who's on what side?
Wait, it feels like everyone is just on the Republican side now, though, right?
Everything's all flip-flopped. Everything's all flip-flopped now. Now the trans people are on the Republican side because all the conservative people are actually like homosexual in a way, and they want to fuck the trans woman. Granted, Nancy Mace is fucking hot, and I'm pretty sure I'm straight, so I'm pretty sure I'd bang her.
Holy fuck!
But once again, who are the Democrats supporting? Like, let's look at the Democrat. What's the name of that purple-haired goblin?
Oh my god! I always forget her name, dude. Dude, that creature needs to go back to the cave she came from. I cannot stand her, bro.
Dude, imagine, okay. Imagine Trump's just walking back to his office with Elon, right?
Yeah.
Elon starts Elon has like a fucking piece of technology in his hand, right? He's trying to propose like a new form of Starlink in the form of like a tablet you attach to like your car or something, right?
Yeah.
And then he's just walking down with Trump, and all of a sudden you see the purple-haired goblin, my precious. He was just trying to take the fucking tablet out of his hand. And it's like an active threat.
They both start
like
screaming.
Yeah.
It's attacking us, the monster.
Mr. Frodo, please back away from that thing.
Just every time there's a hearing and she like goes to speak, anyone who's in the chair is just fucking freaking out. Dude, we gotta just pull up the picture I sent of her on your Discord. Just pull it up.
Yeah, let me see. Like, it's crazy that she's like
she's the scariest fucking person on this planet. I swear to God. She's got to be the biggest. Oh god! I sent you that.
Look at all the rings. Look at, dude. She's totally fucking.
She's so
Gollum.
scary.
She's totally Gollum for the Lord of the Rings, dude. Look at those rings on her fucking finger.
She's terrifying. She's so scary, dude. We gotta find her name. Wait, hold on. Before we get off topic, I did want to say there's been a lot of laws. There's been a couple things passed these past 2 days over revenge porn. And
well, Doug, we don't make revenge porn yet.
Who's we? What do you? who is we? And what do you mean by we don't make it yet? So just go ahead and define all of that for me.
Okay, well, one, we don't do porn yet, and also we don't make revenge porn yet. I'm just saying we could in the future at some point. You never know what's going to happen. Apparently, we have a purple-haired Gollum from Lord of the Rings in our fucking government, and we have a Republican trans woman that apparently everyone wants to see her tits. So at this point, anything can happen, Doug. You have to be open to any idea at this point, because if you're not, you're just going to get fucking curveballed by whatever the fuck this thing is, appearing one day in a hearing committee being like, yes, my precious, and then stealing Elon Musk's phone and running out of the courtroom.
But who is we? You gotta define we. What do you mean by we? We the people?
Americans.
Okay.
We the people.
Okay. Whew. All right. I'll say this. We the people make revenge porn. It's all over the internet. However, now you can get it taken down. It's kind of funny that Trump and Melania got this. This is like an executive order they got signed. I feel like credit should be given where it's due. Like, that's nice. Like Melania, I actually been watching. She's put this was kind of her. She put this shit together.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just give her some credit. Like, fucking A, man.
Well, another thing, Doug, is why is this not on the fucking news? Like, I have Boomer News playing on my TV 24/7. I have Boomer News playing on my TV 24/7. My cat listens to it. She doesn't really care about it. It's just kind of background noise. But it's like, listen, why am I not seeing this when I walk outside and I put on my clothes and I go to fucking work, right? Like, why don't I see this shit? Why,
I don't know.
Like, why don't I see Nancy Mace on the fucking TV? Like, this is insanity.
I don't know. I don't know. You bring up a good point. Like, even I kind of pay much more attention to this stuff than most, and I found it on accident. Both of them. Yeah. I found both these things on accident. Like, it wasn't
like. It makes me feel like I'm being psyoped, Doug.
You are being psyoped.
Why aren't the Democrats talking about this? I feel like this would be like front page news on like the Democrats' like ideological metaphorical forum. Like,
I don't know. I was thinking earlier, I can't really figure out what they stand for anymore, if I'm being honest. Yeah. I don't know what they stand for anymore. Like, yeah. I mean, like, even the no tax on tips just got passed by mostly. I mean, it was 100% passed by every Senate member, and it was introduced by a Democrat, but it was a Republican idea.
Doug, I'm going to look up #MeToo too and see what comes up.
Well, it got hijacked is the problem. A lot of these movements get hijacked. I mean, the Me Too movement started out great, and then it's got hijacked into nonsense, and it basically became what we see as cancel culture today. Where it's just like, God. If like, ironically, it always kind of does this 180 and it circles back and it ends up targeting the people that it was meant to protect in the first place. So, like, cancel culture was mostly an extension of the Me Too movement, and it was kind of canceling men, who did dirty shit and bad stuff, which was like, hey, great. However, cancel culture then turned on women, and mostly conservative women. A lot of anti-vaxxers for the COVID thing turned on them. Gina Carano, who started The Mandalorian, she put a post out that was like, oh, I don't believe in these lockdowns or the COVID vaccine. Cancel culture kind of caught on her. The chick who plays the Wasp, I turned on her. Like, it just ended up turning on their own people. Yeah.
I don't know what's happening anymore, Doug. I feel like I'm losing my mind, like, actively. Like every time I go online, like, look at this. Calvin AG. Let's look at this guy. He's like maybe mid 40s, like late 30s, like white guy. Look at what he posted. Can someone please file a nationwide restraining order against this person? She raped my eyes.
Who's he talking about? Are you talking about Nancy?
He's talking about Nancy Mace.
What the?
Okay. I think this dude isn't straight. I don't think he's straight, Doug. You don't say shit like that. Get 8 likes on it.
I don't know.
Why would you say this?
I have no idea.
Like, guys, I really need you to know. I really need you to know. I know this person was once a male, like a biological male, and now they're a trans woman. But they're raping my eyes. Like, they're so ugly it burns. You know what I mean? Like, they're so ugly it burns because they're a man. They were a man once, and now and I can still feel their manliness gauging into my fucking eyes like hot knives just jabbing into my eyes. I'm straight. I am straight.
You ever see the video of Andrew? What is it? Andrew Tate? He's like, oh yeah. Would you rather have sex with Megan Fox with a dick or Arnold Schwarzenegger with a pussy? And if you choose Arnold Schwarzenegger, you're gay. He's like, "You're gay. You're gay." I was just sitting there like, that was the one that broke me. Like, I saw that post and I was just like, what? My brain broke. I didn't know how to like mentally process it at all. I was just confused.
Obviously, if you're straight, you're choosing Megan Fox
with a dick.
That's so obvious. Yeah. Listen, you only need one. You only need one hole, Doug. You ain't got two dicks. You only need one. You only need one hole.
Oh my god. You know,
we
my
learned math in
family.
Elementary school.
I used to invite my family to watch this show, and then it progressed, and now they ask me all the time for the link, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll send it to you later." I never send it to them.
Oh my god.
I'm just like, yeah. Like, at first I was like, yeah, I want this to be. I want all my friends and family to watch. Now I don't bring it up. I'm like, no, don't watch it. You don't want to watch it.
Because Doug, I've lost the point of I've lost there was a line of satire and seriousness. I feel like that line has just been completely melted at this point.
No, yeah, it's gone.
There's no more satire, no more seriousness. It's just complete and total apathy, and the idiocracy of society has completely conformed to our perspective at this point, and there's nothing that we can do to predict what's going to happen next when shit like this is what happens. We can't. What are we going to do? There's no predictions anymore. There's no predictions. There's no. We can't pull up a fucking billboard that says NASDAQ 500 or S&P 500 or whatever and be like, this was what we think is going to happen in the political atmosphere next. Doug, if you asked me 2 weeks ago if I thought Nancy Mace, the trans woman representative from the Republican side, was going to show her tits on a fucking hearing, I would have been like, you're fucking crazy. And I've already seen so much shit happen at this point. And now this is supposedly a thing, and it's like, how am I supposed to predict anything that occurs anymore? Are they one step ahead? Are they 5 steps ahead? Maybe they're 5 steps back. I don't even know at this point. Are we ahead of the government, or is the government ahead of us? Who's running the country? The CIA, the FBI, the NSA? Is 4chan really still in power? What's happening, Doug? What's fucking happening?
I don't know. Now I just look at the news and I just put it on the show and we just react to it. And I call it a day. I no longer have any. I no longer have any personal feelings towards it. If Nancy Mace wants to get up there and show her tits and
oh my god,
hope that this guy gets arrested for it, kudos. God bless.
Dude, I can imagine. I can imagine the district attorney being in the fucking courtroom or whatever. She comes in, she shows her tits, and he's like, bangs the gavel. I've seen enough. That's it. Patrick Bateman, you're going to fucking jail.
I don't think he's. My biggest problem with this is that, I don't think he's going to jail. I don't think he's going to jail. So,
probably not.
Huh. But it comes back to what you said earlier. Is the Democrats have become such an easy target, which is interesting because they weren't before, where you have this woman, trans woman, who you'd think would be Democrat in the first place, and she's a fucking Republican, which is already crazy. The Democrats don't want to support her. She goes up on stage, she says this stuff and points out her abuser or attacker or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
No, there's no call to action. And then on the other hand, you have Melania Trump and passing a bill that actually makes stuff like this illegal. It's huh? How are we here?
What is happening? AI overview is not available for the search. What are we talking about right now? I just searched up Democrats Nancy Mace, and Google can't even give me a fucking AI overview at this point.
Yeah, they will refuse to do political stuff unless it tailors to them.
Okay. Let's type in Democrats. Let's just type in Democrats South Carolina. No? Okay,
No.
Let's ask it a question. Democrats, hold the line. Let's see what it comes up with. No? Huh. Weird. Why would it say that, though?
Try Nancy Mace. Just try Nancy Mace. Remove the word Democrats. See if that does anything.
I mean that'll pop that up, but there's still no AI overview.
I don't know, ask a question about her or something. I don't know. Put in Nancy Mace age.
Age? Might can deem that offensive. I mean, this is an AI overview. Nancy Mace.
Hold
I mean,
the line.
I guess it has to No. I mean, yeah, we can type in hold the line and see what happens.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, there we go. Hold the line, especially in the context, has been criticized as putting use of derogatory language, face for using the term training. Wait, she's actually based? Based?
Yeah, like I said, even so, we featured her on the show before, where it was during a committee, and somebody called her a man or whatever, referenced her as a male, and then the person leading
I
the.
thought that was McBride.
Oh, you're right. Was it McBride? Are there
I think it
two
was
trans
McBride.
women in the Senate?
Doug, I don't know how many trans women are in the Senate at this point. It could be all of them. For all I fucking know.
Look up McBride and see if they're trans. I think you're right, though, actually. Maybe there are two trans senators, and McBride is the one I was thinking of. Congresswoman Sarah McBride representing the people of Delaware. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're right. Yeah. I was confusing these two together. That was what's going on.
It's actually pretty impressive, Doug.
Yeah.
Doug, I think I know who's going to be our president in the year 2028.
Oh, no, stop
I'm
it.
going onto the gambling sites as we speak.
Yeah,
It's going to be a Republican. It's going to be, it's going to be? It's going to be fucking Nancy Mace. That's right. Your new president for 2028 is Nancy Mace. You'll get to see her knockers live on TV, and then you'll get to vote for her in the next election cycle. Aren't you proud? Aren't you?
I don't know what I am.
Aren't you grateful to be living in such exemplary times?
I have no idea. I genuinely do not know. Oh my lord. But
you see the guys that broke out of the New Orleans jail?
I just saw that today, yeah.
I'll type it in.
I didn't see the details. I just saw them. Oh, yeah. Did it say how they got out? Oh, I'm not the music. We'll get in trouble.
Yeah. They gave a statement on it. There's supposed to be like a picture attached of what they left. Oh, here it is.
I believe
they wrote on the wall. Look at what they wrote on the fucking
too
wall.
Easy,
too easy.
They didn't even spell. That's not the right two. God,
it's not.
What the hell, man?
Look what they wrote. Suck my ex. And then they put most hated 9. And then they put I'm innocent, but then they crossed out the I'm because he realized that he was with other people, so they put we innocent.
I wonder if it started as a solo job.
Maybe just been hitting at it with the fucking spoon, like, what you doing, Jamal? Get the fuck out of here! I'm trying to do my shit. Like, hey man, I got. Like, one inmate has been caught though. How are you gonna get caught after escaping? What was the point?
Saw a picture of one of them passed out on a bus stop bench.
Yeah. Probably did some crack. Most of those guys are there for like second-degree murder, so they kind of need to be caught. If they were like if they just got some like armed robbery charge, maybe I can see them, getting away with it. But these guys are all in there for pretty much murder, so they have to go back. They got to go back.
Fuck 'em.
You can bet now on which inmates from the New Orleans jail will be captured by Friday. Oh, this is awesome.
That's pretty
This
cool.
is awesome.
God, I love America.
Dude,
actually, this is
a gambling
French website. Dude, why is gambling illegal in America, bro? It's so cringe. Please. So stupid.
Well, I mean, it's illegal because the Native Americans pay commission to certain politicians.
Oh my god.
So that's why. It's because they own the monopoly on it, because they have the Native American grounds. And so the Native Americans, they pay like sort of like a restitution to like certain politicians that allow them to operate and not impose any bills against their land, essentially. And so it's kind of like a fair trade.
No, it's stupid. How much reparations do we need to pay at this point?
I mean, we don't pay them anything. They pay certain politicians. They don't have to pay us.
Well, they make money ideally off the lobbying. They're profiting from the lobbying they're doing.
Let's see. Is Native American casinos tax-free? Let's see. Free from U.S. taxes. Yep. Tribal casinos.
Bro, they're making billions of dollars, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess who pockets those money? The politicians. They pocket a little bit of that shit.
They pocket some of it. I don't hear this argument, dude. Make it legal. Make it legal. I want to bet on Polymarket. Okay?
You can. You just need a VPN. And a Swiss bank account.
Fucking Swiss bank account.
Or you can just use crypto, like normal people.
Fair enough.
It's not the end of the world. There was another thing I saw about Honda and Team Liquid. I don't know if you saw that.
Honda and Team Liquid have been partnered for fucking ever.
Not anymore.
They finally break up.
Yeah. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Yeah, I'll search it up.
I played a League game with the owner of Team Liquid once. That was fun.
Oh, cool. Unfortunately, this is what happened.
What?
Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find it in English.
I meant that our team blew up.
Yeah. I meant that our team blew up. It had nothing to do with what happened in Japan. I'm a dumbass. I didn't even think about it. I'm sorry. So essentially, he posted a thing talking about how poorly his team played or how poorly they did at the last like championship or whatever, or tournament. And he used a nuclear bomb. And
That
I guess
the Japanese.
It upset the Japanese. And so as a result, Honda immediately canceled their contract.
That's so fucking funny. I don't know. That's so stupid.
Yeah, it's gonna be. That's fine. Posted an inappropriate social networking message. Honda took this matter extremely seriously, and as a sponsor company, promptly lodged a severe protest with the team and the player in question. In response, the team apologized, removed the offending post, and implemented measures to prevent recurrence. After much consideration, AHM has decided to terminate the sponsorship agreement with the team in question, deeming the conduct to be incompatible with Honda corporate values and unacceptable. He posted a fucking meme, dude.
That's so stupid. I mean, like, with all due respect, the Japanese are so sensitive about this. Every single time there's a joke made about fucking the nuke. But it's also like, dude, if we can take Pearl Harbor jokes on the chin.
Doug, okay, listen. The nukes did kill like hundreds of thousands of people, like pretty much instantaneously.
War in general kills hundreds of thousands.
Yes, Doug. I know they shouldn't be. No, Doug. I know they shouldn't be sensitive. I know. Listen, you shouldn't be sensitive about it. Don't be a little bitch. However, if there is going to be anyone who's allowed to be sensitive about anything that occurred, it's probably the Japanese in the nukes. Like,
I mean, okay, fine. Yes, I agree that they have the most right to it, but also,
however, we also don't forget what happened in Unit 731. Okay, don't think we should just toss that shit under the rug.
I mean, that's not even like the worst thing about what the Japanese did during the war.
No, they also played games to see who could rape and kill the most Chinese women. However, that was just a game, and it wasn't like, it was just satire, so don't even take it too seriously. But listen.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, but the Japanese during the war were probably the most sick and tormented. No? Did they not do the worst to their POWs and civilian population? They were literally the worst. I literally cannot think of anyone worse than what they did.
They made Super Mario Brothers, Doug. Let it go.
Look, all I'm saying is, I think they should just call it even, shake hands, and move on, okay? Like,
I agree. I think Honda just actually kind of probably just wanted an excuse to get out of their contract and use that as an excuse to do it, to be honest with you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. But once again, Honda, we like your motorcycles and your minivans, but please don't try to pretend like you're on the moral high ground here. Yeah. Listen, buddy, we know how much you overwork your factory guys. Don't even pretend like you don't. Let's see some wage reports, huh? Some yearly summaries.
Let's see an actual fucking report on how many of your women get sexually harassed. How about that? Hello, Japan?
Yeah,
hello?
Maybe Nancy
Japan?
Mace would like to head that department.
Nancy Mace, can you please go take care of what's going on in Japan?
Yeah, please. I feel like there's something else that happened that we haven't talked about yet.
No, there's a lot. I mean, I have a whole list, but we also have the Mexican boat that crashed into the New York bridge. Pull that up. We have flat-out footage of that.
Oh, the fucking pirate.
I don't know what the hell this was about, man, but, well, I basically said what happened already.
Well,
however,
what's so weird, Doug? Okay, like, what's so weird, and I'll watch the video here.
By the way, hold on, pause. There are people this wasn't very obvious, but there are people standing on the masts of those ships, and I mean, we'll find a photo or video later of it. But keep in mind, there are fucking like 80 people standing on those on the wood. I don't know the
like
platforms.
All those lights you see are being held by people.
Yeah,
like, all these lights here.
Yeah.
And so, and Doug, like when you watch the video, it's like they just accept their fate. They don't even try to run.
I know.
They're standing there holding the lights like this with their buddies side by side, and they're just sitting there like, I just like, it's okay, guys, we'll be fine.
I don't know what is going on, dude. I believe this is an official like Mexican military ship. I think. Not that they use it in battle, but
was a
you know,
fucking sailboat.
Well, I think it's old. I think it's an old one and now used for like exhibition. But like, what the fuck? Like, what happened here? What went through their brains? Yeah, play it.
Look at the like. You can clearly see that they're going. They hit the fucking and they look at the lights. They're just like
it's currently crashing.
We accept our fate. Like it's over.
Oh
it's okay.
My God.
Oh,
I mean,
all those are people.
Like a good 25% of the top is getting torn.
They still haven't moved. They just accept their fate. Like they don't even try to take the ladder or anything. They're just like, it's okay.
Like half of the things just fucking. There are people. It's been confirmed at least two people died. I'm pretty sure it was more. But like
8 people have been injured. 2 people dead.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and look, you can see like there's like a nice little restaurant going on over here and everything, and people are just like sitting by watching. Like, Grandmama, it appears the Mexican Navy is once again deferred to their inferior methods of transportation, using a sailboat of all things, crashing into the bridge of Brooklyn of all.
Bro.
Oh, how quaint of a sight on this beautiful evening glow, I might say. Yes, quite.
Oh my God, dude. I don't get it. I don't understand how this happens, and then it's so stupid. They're just standing there with the lights in their hand, and they just fucking start falling to their death. What the fuck?
Wasn't there another bridge crash from a boat that was like a huge cargo ship?
Oh yeah, the Maryland bridge crash. It's the Maryland. It's a bridge in Baltimore. I forget the name, but yeah, that shit was terrible. Yeah, this is it. Dude, I'm gonna say my honest opinion here. So the official report is that this boat lost control of its steering because it lost power. I think this was like an actual attack on us, either by Iran or China, one of the two.
Honestly, Doug, I don't care, but I did. But like,
yeah, play the whole thing. This happened
dude.
Last year. But yeah, the official report that was this.
I finally got done with my 12-hour shift at Amazon. No, please.
Boom, dude. Fucking that whole bridge. Fucking boom. This Francis Scott Key Bridge.
Oh my God.
Right into the river.
Imagine that being your last moments on Earth. Getting done with an Amazon shift for 12 hours and you're driving on the fucking bridge and all of a sudden it just collapses. Like, no one is having. Like. Fortunately, there wasn't that many people on the bridge at the time.
I believe the official number was like 24 people had died.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you kind of just got to go head first into the water, throw a rock or something before you land. That's your best bet. Even then, you're still kind of dealing with a shock wave that you kind of got to ripple past. That's crazy, though.
Oh, yeah. So many bridge incidents. It's crazy how much footage we have these days of all these events. Bro, look at that whole bridge. Yeah.
What's kind of weird, too, is kind of how easily it fell.
I know, yeah.
All it takes is a cargo ship to dismantle it. The Brooklyn Bridge has been standing for a long-ass time. Like,
I don't know, that cargo ship is fucking heavy, my guy. It's got to be over, like, 30 tons.
Yeah, they had the barrier, the thing holding it up to the support pillar, like, just...
Concrete. Yeah, like just butter.
Just like, it's fine. I'll move aside. It's all good. We don't need these people on the bridge anyway. I've been holding this damn thing up for too long. All right, what's next on the list, Doug?
We'll move into We'll talk about another senator event that happened today. Look up Senator Kain, Marco Rubio. This really pissed me off. I wasn't really going to talk about senators today, minus the Nancy Mace thing, but this really pissed me the fuck off, man.
Wait, Kain? Ban Kain. Quickly, ban Kain. Someone ban Kain.
Kaine, not Kayn.
Oh, okay.
So there was a Senate hearing today with Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State. And he's just basically, during these hearings, these people of the Trump cabinet, and this happens with all the cabinets, they get kind of grilled on committees put together on, what's happening. So like, why are you doing this? Can you get this done? State of affairs, just random stuff like that. Whatever the committee wants to ask the person in the chair about, they'll ask. And usually I've kind of come to enjoy watching these and hate them at the same time, because you realize how stupid most of these senators are. However, recently, and they're just taking inspiration from Trump, the people in the hot seat are like firing back. So I'm pretty sure most of you have seen RFK clips where RFK is like, my favorite is when he tells Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren that they're both paid for by Big Pharma. That shit was fucking awesome.
They are.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's gone viral several times during these committees because he does that, and he did another one today, and again, went viral because he just, like, slams them. Anyways, Marco Rubio...
Any argument he makes, it kind of just, like, let's say 100 points is the best possible argument. It doesn't matter if he makes the best possible argument. He loses 20 points for the ears. I'm sorry. I can't
Marco
argue
Rubio.
with fucking Dumbo, Doug.
Yeah.
I can't argue with fucking Dumbo. I'll just like lose my. I'll just start.
Dude, those are some big ears, Marco Rubio.
I'm telling you.
Damn.
Like, if anyone on this fucking planet should be the one to get plastic surgery, it is Marco Rubio. I swear to God. If anyone on this godforsaken planet needs to get plastic surgery, it is him. He should be at the front of the line for ear surgery.
Satellite dishes on the side of his head, brother. Satellite dishes. Those things are huge. All right, so just for context. That's what, this is what's going on.
He has huge ears, just for context. He's huge.
Context, he has massive ears. The biggest ears. It's why Trump chose him.
Quite possibly made in China because of how big they are. But even more bigly because they're made in America. Yeah,
oh my God. So, usually these things end up turning into yelling matches between, blue versus red. Yeah. Specifically here, they were talking about immigration, and this senator speaking, Mr. McCain, not McCain, sorry, that's a different guy, Mr. Kain, he was bringing up the fact that the U.S. was fast-tracking Afrikaners into the U.S., and, we should probably spend a little bit of time talking about South Africa, because what's going on there is crazy. They're literally trying to kill all the white people, is what's going on.
Yeah.
And so in return, Trump has fast-tracked the refugee status to get them out of there and come here. And it's been like less than 100 people who've come over, but it's still important. Yeah. However, this guy wanted to make it about race or something. I don't know. He basically says, that's fucked up. Why are we helping the white people? Actually, I want to start with saying that he said that it wasn't even happening in the first place. He said that they weren't trying to kill them and take away their stuff. And by the way, the proof that they're trying to kill white people there is insane. I mean, you can find videos online of just white people getting fucking cut up with machetes. Like, it's crazy. They go on most of the white people there own farms, and they go in to the farm and they just start fucking hacking the farmer and his family to death. And you can find these videos online. So this guy saying that it's not happening is insane. It's not only just that, like, literally the main guy, the president there, he's come out multiple times and is just like, yeah, we're gonna kill all the white people. Basically, like, that's what he says. So, like, it's wild that this guy is saying that it's not happening. I'll just say that much. So, anyways, I don't know how much is in the clip, which is why I bring it up, but let's watch it. Oh shit, I gotta fucking turn on the audio. XD.
No, you're good. I gotta turn it up.
Fear of persecution.
Yeah, they thought that their farms were being burned down and they would be killed. I think that's a pretty good justification for wanting to come. They're afraid for their lives.
Okay, also another context. We've had millions of illegal Mexicans come over the fucking border. This guy's worried about like a few thousand people from South Africa.
Less than 100 have come over. I know. It gets even worse. So something he specifically says is that he says, why is the U.S. helping white people when there's so many other ethnicities,
non-white people to help
who need help? Right? Yeah, that's what he says.
And then he tries to race bait.
In context, guys, we literally, our refugee program takes in like tons of Somalis. There's like a whole ass county in Minnesota for under Tim Walz, it's just a bunch of Somalis. Like,
yeah,
it's not even just that. Like Ugandans, dude, I don't know.
The great news, though, Doug, is that property
Congolese
value there must be insanely low. You want to buy a house?
I'm not moving there.
That's where you go.
Haitians. All I'm saying is there are tons of minority groups that we've taken in bigger batches that's not even close to these white South Africans. And this guy's just retarded, is what I'm saying. But yeah, play the clip.
Oh, no, he's racist. But
racist,
yeah.
In an even-handed way.
Merkley. Wait, hold on a second, Doug.
His name's not Merkley. It's Kain.
Kain?
It's Kain, not Merkley. It's Kain. K-I-N-E. Okay. I'm not gonna say it. Do you want to say it? Do you want to say it or what? Do you want to say it? I'm not gonna.
Control F.
Say it.
Let me see early life. Where's early life? It's not going to show it because I don't think it selects it automatically. I want to see. Visits Holocaust Memorial during Europe trip.
I mean, that's normal.
That's pretty normal. The National Jewish Democratic Council hits back at the criticism of Kain, stressing his support for the peace process. Has many friends and connections to the Richmond Jewish community. He has always been a great ally for Jews. Okay, I've read enough. All right, back to this. All right, just checking to make sure.
No, our foreign policy doesn't require even-handedness. It requires prioritizing the interests of the United States.
The phrase says you are entitled to entrance as a refugee if you demonstrate a well-justified fear of persecution.
No, you're not entitled.
So
you're
can
allowed.
You have a different standard based upon the color of somebody's skin? Would that be acceptable?
Well, I'm not the one.
No one said anything about race or the color of people's skin. This dude just completely brought it up out of fucking nowhere. He just fucking shoved that shit into the conversation like a shit sandwich. What the fuck are we talking about at this point?
That apparently you are, because you don't like the fact that they're white, and that's why they're
coming. To say that would be unacceptable.
Well, no, I would say that the United States,
a very easy thing.
The United States has a right to pick and choose who they allow into the United States,
even based on the color of somebody's skin.
You're the one that's talking about the.
Yeah, like no one was talking about the fact they're white except this dude. This is the only guy talking about
color of their skin, not me. These are people whose farms were being burned down and they were killed because of the color of their skin.
Well,
He turned off his mic.
Well, you've demonstrated enough because you think anyone should be allowed into
so he's just like, this is the best scene ever. This is going to become a meme, I swear to God. Watch this shit again.
Well, you've demonstrated.
Yeah.
It's a total
because you think anyone should be allowed into this country for any reason because they met a certain criteria.
Who has said that?
We are going to prioritize people that come into our country on the basis of what's in the interest of this country. That's a small number of people that are coming.
But you said this weekend that
in other cases, it's harder to vet. In other cases, it's more difficult. And by the way, the United States admits people every year.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. That's not out of context. It's basically that entire conversation there is that, and I like. This guy's just he I don't know why he brought it up like that.
If you demonstrate a well-justified fear of persecution, programs for the remainder of the world are shut off, and you can't say to the American public that we should apply this statute in an even-handed way.
No, I think it should be applied in a way.
No,
you shouldn't be shocked. It should be applied in the national interest of the United States. Our immigration policy should be based on the national interest of the United States. Period. End of story. If there is a subset of people that are easier to vet, who we have a better understanding of who they are and what they're going to do when they come here, they're going to receive preference, no doubt about it. There are a lot of sad stories around the world, millions and millions of people around the world. It's heartbreaking. We cannot assume millions and millions of people around the world. No country can. So you have to have a process of deciding who do you prioritize, who do you allow in. We do it all the time. We do it in our immigration system now under our current laws. Unfortunately, it's primarily based on family connection and not on what they're going to contribute to the society from a merit standpoint. That should be changed, but that'll require statutory changes. But the bottom line is this notion that somehow we have to accept anyone who wants to come to the United States is absurd. No country in the world has an immigration policy like that.
And no one is arguing that we should. I yield back, Mr. Chair.
That, by the way, that guy literally was arguing that we should. I'll just, literally, I watched the whole thing. Yeah. That guy was literally arguing that we should just let people in, It doesn't matter who they are or what they do. We should just let him in. That's literally what he was arguing for. I don't know why he's saying that he wasn't. That is exactly what he was arguing for.
And let's be honest, Doug. He looks like an Austin Powers supervillain. He looks like Dr. Evil.
He is. He fucking is, man. Yeah. I mean,
Listen.
these hearings are like both. They're good to watch, in my opinion, and they're frustrating to watch. They're good because I get to see moments like that where I'm like, yeah, this is great. You know, finally a politician is standing up to these other politicians that are a bunch of scumbags, and they're either retarded or they're intentionally trying to sabotage America. On the other hand, you realize how many of these guys are fucking retarded or trying to intentionally sabotage America. And if I'm being entirely honest, there's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of them. So,
yeah.
Whew. Can you pull up the yeah. I wanted to see the RFK versus Bernie Sanders one. That one gets me every time. It's one of my favorites.
The rap battles.
Last year, the insurance industry in this country made over $70 billion, while at the same time, 85 million Americans are uninsured or underinsured. Do you agree with me that the United States should join every other major country on earth and guarantee health care to all people as a human right? Yes? No?
Senator, I can't give you a yes or no answer to that question.
Healthcare a human right? Is healthcare a human right?
In the way that free speech is a human right,
yeah.
I would say it's different because with free speech doesn't cost anybody anything, but in healthcare, if you smoke cigarettes for 20 years and you get cancer, you are now taking from the pool. Well, and so are you guaranteed the same right, or is there also a duty?
I'm sorry. I'd love to talk for an hour with you. We got a few minutes left here.
He literally said, stop yapping.
Every other country says healthcare, whether you're poor or rich, young or old, to human right. I'm not hearing you say that.
This wasn't the one I was talking about, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got more here.
They are selling what's called onesies. These are little things, clothing for babies. One of them is titled Unfaxed, Unafraid. Next one, and they're sold for $26 a piece, by the way.
So
Next
stupid.
one is no vax, no problem. Now you're coming before this committee and you say you're pro-vaccine. Just want to ask some questions. And yet your organization is making money selling a child's product.
By the way,
okay.
Again, hold on. Sorry, I watched this whole thing. That's not RFK's organization. He before getting put into the role that he is now. This is his confirmation hearing, which is like the process to get into the role that he has now. He was like on the board, or he was an advisor or something to this organization that made baby clothes. It made like baby products with logos on them. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No facts, no problem.
Yeah. During this whole hearing, both Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren were trying to get RFK to promise not to go after Big Pharma. By the way, that's what the whole committee was them begging him and making him try and swear that he wouldn't go after Big Pharma. It was, I couldn't believe my eyes. I mean, I think we showed some of it on before, but like, I was so fucking shocked that they were just so open about how paid for they are. Like, it's insane. They don't try and hide it. They don't give a fuck.
You don't achieve Elizabeth Warren's level of stock gain and profit revenue without a little bit of pharma.
Well, a little bit, yeah.
Listen, Doug, like, this is just hilarious. These baby clothes thing, who gives a fuck about it? Bernie doesn't care about this.
No.
Bernie's so smart. I feel like Bernie's actually so smart because he knows that stupid people will care about this shit and be like, no vax, no problem on my baby clothes. Not today. My children's going to get 3 different vaccines all at once. And if they don't survive, well, I guess they're just not fit enough to live in this society.
Look up the latest Bernie clip. Just look up Bernie Sanders. I'm sure it'll pop up. He went on a podcast with Andrew Schultz, who's a comedian recently. I forget the name of their podcast, but this is him today.
That is like, they didn't even know if it was her. We didn't even know if Biden was president. We didn't even know if these were her talking points. And we felt that over the last 4 elections, Democrats, we felt, that we didn't have a say on who could be president. We talk a lot about the Republicans being autocrats and oligarchs and taking over democracy, but from the Democrat perspective, and I'm a lifelong Democrat, I felt like the Democratic Party completely removed the democratic process from its constituents.
This is true.
And I think they need to have some accountability of that.
No argument here.
I donated for...
What the fuck, Bernie? No argument here. What a non-statement. What a non-statement, dude.
I wanted you to
okay. So Bernie once ran for president, right? And he actually was doing really well. And basically, he got shafted by the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
He got shafted by them. They betrayed him, and ever since then, they've pretty much have stopped him from being able to run. They've intentionally made sure he can't run. So he's come out a few times and been like, yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit. And I don't know if he started out as a Democrat and now he's listed as independent. I don't know. But he goes on here to explain a little more that he agrees. He basically is like, yeah, this is some fucking horseshit.
Yeah.
Like 16, I was like, this is going to happen. This guy's going to do it. And it felt like they stole it from me. And
Bernie, are you holding your breath? What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is he doing? He's holding his fucking cheeks are puffed out like a pufferfish. Like, what is this? What is this image right now?
He's preparing.
He's not even looking at the guy. He's like literally just like, it's like intently focusing on something. Like, how do I not say something that doesn't redirect back to me? Do I just stare at the top of this perfume bottle right here? What do I do? Maybe if I look like a pufferfish, he'll get scared and leave me alone.
And I'll be honest, it broke my heart when you supported him.
Look, but you have, in the world that I live in, you got a choice.
He owns a multi-million-dollar home. He lives on a totally... He just bought another one. He lives on a totally different plane of existence from these people. Andrew Stoltz probably owns maybe a 3-story house, like a nice suburb or something. I'll give him that. But he ain't living the Bernie lifestyle. I'll tell you that right now.
And I mean, a lot of people, including my wife, agree with you. But you're down to a choice. Is it going to be Hillary Clinton or is it going to be Donald Trump? Not a great choice.
But it ended up being...
Yeah. What do you like? Nothing I can do, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Him anyway. So why don't we burn it down?
Burn it down? What the fuck is this guy on?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Burn it down? What do you think you can just burn a few papers in the Oval Office and everything just gets changed? Like,
he's normal. It's not. I really like. Sorry, I really like. Again, he's a comedian. He owns a podcast. There's a lot of podcasts now. But I really like this new thing where these politicians are coming on to a podcast and they're sitting down and talking. However, it does create an awkwardness between this dude who's a comedian who's probably had never any real experience talking about politics professionally. And by professionally, I don't mean as a pro, but not as a comedian. Do you know what I mean? Where he's just cracking jokes all the time. And so I've watched a few of them because I think it's important to see these politicians speak unfettered and in long form. And to be honest, most of them, it's really awkward for both the interviewee and the politicians. Joe Rogan, I think, is the only one, and probably because he has so much experience doing it, where it doesn't feel as awkward. And yeah, you get this content where it's just kind of like they're trying really hard. Which is fair. I think it's a start.
On the Joe Rogan show?
Yeah, of course I do.
He's just super chill the entire time, just we're just dealing with some shit, and we just took care of some shit, and that was the end of it. Yeah, it's like...
And in my opinion, that was the worst Trump interview I had seen. I think he was on 72 hours of just going because it was towards the end of the campaign cycle. So he was exhausted, and in my opinion, it was the worst one. But
honestly, I thought the interview was fine. I thought it was fine, to be honest.
No, by worst one, I mean just in comparison to all his other ones, which are normally really good. So the bar was still, pretty high.
The reason I like the Joe, I think it's the best interview. And the reason why I think it's the best interview is because you see him when he's just kind of done. He's just kind of tired with it all, right? You kind of just see him when he's at his most genuine. You know what I mean? Because once you're at your most tired, you're kind of just saying shit just straight from the fucking soul of the mind. It's just coming straight from the fucking core.
Yeah,
there's no filter or anything.
I don't think it was awful. It was still really good. I would love to see him come back on now when he can kind of take a breath and speak. However, normally Trump's kind of very cold and calculated. And in that one, he seemed tired, and he was just like, please endorse me, basically. In my opinion, know, there were still a lot of good, great moments, but yeah.
Because it's easy to say burning it down means that children are not going to have, food to eat.
Talking about the burning it down, the children won't have food.
I can't stand. I cannot stand.
I got it.
And I'm an elected official. I got to represent the people.
That's fair.
And I can't turn my back on.
But then could we not also say, if ostensibly there hasn't been a fair primary for the Democrats since 2008, are they not also a threat to democracy? Yes. We often hear.
Fair enough. That is. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that point.
The problem, I think, a lot.
I mean, he's it's not like in a complete, yes, but he's very much.
He's
in
probably
agreement.
He's probably thinking about how many decades old he wants his wine to be once he gets home to eat a steak. That's probably what he's thinking about right now. And you have all these fucking young kids that are gonna essentially they are what they are, right? And he's just like, why am I stuck around these fucking nobodies?
I do think it's a political stunt for him to be there. However, I think it's good. I think we need to see politicians doing long-form content, and I think podcasts are a great way to do it. And on comedian-based podcasts, where you're pretty much already conditioned to say whatever you want, I think it's great.
Yeah.
Bernie had already been on the Joe Rogan show long before Trump. And after Trump, we got J.D. Vance, we got John Fetterman, who is a Democrat. We've obviously had Elon on a bunch of times. So, I don't know, it's good. I think we need to see more content like this because, I could throw up half a dozen names and ask anyone on this planet, who the fuck these people are. If they're senators for America, and most people would have no idea. Who, outside what we've talked about with Nancy Mace, what the fuck do we really... I don't really know much about her, to be honest.
Doug,
I don't know much about what
2028 Nancy Mace. It has to happen, Doug. You want to know why it Doug, okay. I'm being dead serious right now. You want to know why it has to happen?
Why?
Because there can no longer be the whole Republican side is the anti-trans side. When we literally put forward a trans icon.
It would be hard. I don't know how they argue
how do you
that.
beat that? How do you beat that?
I don't know.
Imagine
I really don't know.
Imagine 2027, the Democrats are lining up their constituents. They're lining up their applicants, right? They're lining up the people. They're thinking about all the potential strategies that people on the right are going to do, right? And they're just like, who do you think they go with? Are they going with Rubio? No, they can't go with Rubio. What about DeSantis? Maybe DeSantis.
Please, not Rubio.
It's probably going to be Vance. We got to prepare for a Vance strategy. Everyone look into what was the most recent Vance interview. Quick, bum fuck retard. Tell me what I want to hear. And they're just like, Vance was talking about improving the economy and the golden dome. And they're like, okay, we gotta find some shit. We gotta get rid of the funding. We gotta say the funding's it's illegal. It's illegal funding. Okay, just give me something with that. Okay, sir, we've just gotten a representative. Who's a representative? What's the news? It's Nancy Mace, sir. It's over. He puts down the fucking headset. He takes off the earpiece. It's over. Pack your bags. It's fucking done. We can't win. We can't fucking win. He just fucking takes out the pistol.
I don't know. I don't know what their platform is anymore, man. And it's not the only.
Yeah.
It's not the only time this has happened where the Democrats have gone silent. There was something else that happened recently where the Democrats couldn't say anything. Oh, it was the bill that they signed for the drugs. That was another one that if you notice, they haven't been able to figure out how to spin that one into any poor direction. They haven't said anything on it. They've been completely silent.
Yeah.
It's awkward for them. Like, what?
Dude, I'm telling you, Nancy Mace, President 2028, there's no way you lose. You just don't lose. I'm sorry. What are you gonna do? You already know
if you're on the Democrat, okay. So here's how this normally works. The propaganda machine works. Everyone pays for a third party to push out the story, right? So you have an entire company whose sole job is to twist things and mold them into the worst, mudslinging factory possible. But the fact that they couldn't throw any or twist the drug bill into anything is hilarious. The fact that they can't turn Nancy Mace's stuff into anything bad is hilarious. The new bill that protects women from getting, revenge porn being posted is hilarious. Like, they're kind of at a standstill where they don't know what to do. Like, they're fucked.
We got him in checkmate, Doug.
Yeah, they're just done, dude.
The entire platform of them was just, they're racist, they don't like trans people, they don't like the LGBT community. And then we kind of just said, we crashed the Grindr app during every single Republican convention because of how gay we are, right? And then they were like, we are so pro LGBT. That's our entire platform, right? And then they're like, we're so pro trans. We even have Nancy Mace up on the Senate hearings talking about how she was raped. What do you got? You got anything, buddy? And they're like, we had Sarah McBride being dead names, and yeah, that's what we got. Really? Nancy Mace seems to be doing a lot fucking more for the trans people than Sarah McBride. She's up here with a fucking PowerPoint presentation, you little retard.
It's true. You're not wrong. Nancy, Sarah McBride's big movement was, I think, the bathrooms or some shit. I don't know. I don't remember what her movement was.
Nancy Mace literally brought the fucking PowerPoint.
She did. She brought out
different elected officials, being like, "I was raped." Like, how do you beat that? You
don't know, brother. I don't know.
They're probably like, listen, Sarah McBride needs to have something terrible happen to her, and we need to get her on the Senate hearing floor immediately. Immediately. Can we break Sarah McBride's legs and have the CIA pretend it was a hate crime? We need a crippled Sarah McBride in the Oval Office tomorrow.
Right now. Get her in here right now. It's rough, dude.
The NASDAQ.
It becomes rough when you're only your only running point against Marco Rubio is, why are you letting in the white people who are getting genocided? It becomes quite, it's rough. The legs that the Democrats are standing on right now, they're not looking too good. That's for sure.
They're gonna have to switch it up. They're gonna become so pro-white that
Bernie Sanders goes on a right-wing podcast and then says that the Democrat Party is fucking hijacking the system.
Yeah.
It's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good for you. I'll just say that much.
They have been playing the identity politics game, and now they're losing their only winning piece on the chessboard. Yeah. What's next? What do they do next? This is what I'm wondering. And now we have the fucking Golden Dome. I don't know if you've heard about the Golden Dome.
Yeah, there's well, I've known about the Golden Dome for a while, but yeah, it just got announced today. So the Golden Dome is supposed to be a missile defense system. Put in place for America.
See, Israel gets the Iron Dome, but
now we get the Golden
Dome.
I think he said he wanted to call it something else, like the late. I don't know. I don't want to fucking put words in his mouth because I don't remember. But yeah, the Golden Dome.
Dude, imagine how cucked Israel must be feeling right now. Dude, Trump has absolutely... Look, at first I thought Trump is totally pro-Israel. He kissed the wall. It's fucking over. We're going to be sending $500 trillion to Israel. Taxpayer dollars are going to be through the roof. It's over, right?
He just came out today and said if Israel doesn't stop the war, they were going to stop helping them, basically. I can't remember what specifically he said to them, but yeah.
I feel like he tested the waters in the beginning. He was like, let's do something Israel isn't going to like and see who does something behind my back. And then fucking Hegseth or whatever his name was.
Gates. It was Gates.
Yeah, yeah. Just like fucking like sends information through Signal. He's like, I found you.
You know what's crazy? Is it was rumored that Trump had set a trap to see who was working against him a long time ago.
Yeah.
I just remembered. He had set it was rumored that he had set a trap to see who in his cabinet was going to be like this. God damn, bro, what the fuck? And I also kind of had a sneaking suspicion that Trump was waiting to get into office before really putting the pressure on Israel. I had a sneaking suspicion, but yeah, it seems like he's yeah.
At this point, after he released the Golden Dome thing, at this point, I'm like, oh, we're back, baby, we're back to the Y2K Rudiger era. Like you already know. Like we get the Israel, they get the Iron Dome, but America, we get the Golden Dome.
Right. Yeah.
You see, Israel, you may have owned the gold before, but now we have the gold standard.
Oh Lord.
Oh, dude, this is so comical. I love
The
it.
Golden Dome is meant to be our version of the Iron Dome, which shoots down missiles and nukes. I think he says
Not
nukes,
just
missiles,
not just
and drones.
missiles, birds, anything we wanted to shoot down.
Yeah.
You might see a bird fall on top of your house, and guess what? You know what that's called? Freedom.
Surprisingly cheaper than I thought it was going to be. There's two things I was surprised at. One,
the $50 billion is a down payment. Don't forget, it's just a down payment to get it started.
Usually that means it's R&D. Like, okay, how feasible is this? But 100 billion is still pretty small compared to what these things
compared
normally
to what
cost.
we've sent to Israel. This is nothing.
True, actually true. And then the second thing was I was surprised at how much bipartisan support there was for this. Normally, I thought this wasn't going to pass because the Democrats would be like, no way. However, even the Democrats were really on board with this, and it just passed immediately.
I wonder if he intentionally named it the Golden Dome and didn't put much alleviation as to what it was going to be. He just said this is going to be a Golden Dome system that's going to completely eradicate any missiles, and it's a complete improvement from the Iron Dome. And he just puts that as like the header, right?
Yeah.
And then all the Democrats are like, well, I mean, AIPAC pays us, so shit, yeah, we'll support the Golden Dome. And then he reveals the Golden Dome is going to protect America.
Maybe. To be honest, Israel tends to benefit from American tech either way. So
yeah,
it's a win. It's a win-win for them.
Dude, we are so fucking back. America for the Americans for the first time in like how many centuries?
Nah, it's been a while. I don't know, fucking Teddy Roosevelt.
Ever since they put the fucking all the rich people on the Titanic and crashed it intentionally. Probably since then.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a long time. I'm trying to think what
mid 1800s, I'd say.
What more can we? What more do we want? Is like the good. Also, a lot of news happened today. A lot of news. There was a lot of news in domestic politics, and then foreign politics, and in just the tech sector and in general. But one of the other things that just passed before we got live was the no tax on tips bill was just passed through the Senate. It has to go to the House, but who the hell has the nuts to vote no against it?
Yeah, for sure.
So that one should be passed by the end of this week. So that's another thing that, again, there's a lot of like really good things kind of flying through at record pace. It's kind of like, damn, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. What I would like to see is no tax on capital gains. I would love that one personally. Wink, wink. You know what I mean? Hey.
Well, the problem with no tax on capital gains is how are we going to make money off Elizabeth Warren? How is she going to help fund the Golden Dome if we remove the tax on capital gains?
Dude, apparently this fucker is bringing in $6 billion a day off the tariff. So the thing on the tariffs was that no matter what happens, there will be a 10% tariff. This is how he wants to fund our government, by the way, is a 10% tariff across the board, no matter what. Can never bypass. And to be honest, he's been I was expecting him to drop this on some countries. No matter what, he's already talked to a bunch of countries. The baseline is going to be 10% no matter what. There's nothing getting around it. He's dead set on trying to fund our government purely through the tariffs, which is
based. Super based.
Yeah. And if there's any movement for the no capital gains, Texas just passed a bill that stopped tax on capital gains too. So, I don't know. I'm hoping that kind of gets through because that'll directly benefit me. You know what I mean? I'd like to see some more of that stuff going on.
Well, I want the products I order from China to not be taxed to oblivion by tariffs. I want to be able to order my shit and not have to worry about paying the overage.
No, sorry, brother. I want that shit to die. Like, we need to treat China the way Europe should be treating Russia, and that is stop giving China money. How does it make any sense that we're going to go to war with them at 2027 and we're giving them money? It's illogical. It doesn't make any sense. It infuriates me to oblivion. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Wait, you can write X articles?
Oh, I guess so. That's cool.
Like, I can schizo post and make money off of it?
Yeah. How do you think most people make money on X? Why is Ant-Man trending?
Wait,
why is Macron trending?
What did he do? Is he dead
What
yet?
is he? Did he snort more coke?
Oh, it's
Oh, it's fucking Basketball. We don't care about basketball.
No, we don't. Macron has not only allowed but encouraged over 150,000 illegal immigrants to pass through France and enter the EU.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is great. So, I'm here for the United Kingdom's downfall. I hate the United Kingdom. I absolutely despise the United and France. Both of them are getting taken care of, and Macron is helping it happen. I love it. This is the best timeline.
Why is this guy still here? We're almost halfway through the year. Dude, Macron was voted out of office like eight months ago. He's almost been in office past his term for almost a year. How is this guy still here? What the fuck? What is going on, dude? How is this guy still in office? Like, what?
It has to be luck, Doug.
It's not luck. He's basically a dictator of France at this point. This guy is not supposed to be in office. He lost it 6 months ago.
Doug, you know 100% he's there just to demolish the country. He is there to rebuild it anew with the Somalis and the Muslims to make it New Francistan.
Dude, this is insane. He's past his term. He jailed the Republican equivalent. He jailed her.
Yeah. Sir, looks like we're losing to the Republican candidate. What should we do? Put her in jail.
Put her in jail. He jailed her. How is this fucking real life, dude? France is operating under a Napoleon? Is it possible?
No. It's Napoleon's great.
Wait, the last time this happened, Napoleon came out of exile and marched onto the city, and he marched up to the city gates, and he was exiled, and they weren't supposed to let him in. And do you know what happened? All the generals and all the army joined him, and he marched with all of the army that was supposed to keep him from getting in to Paris, and he just took it over for round 3.
Round 3. Let's see, who's the previous France prime minister before Macron?
I don't know his name. Macron's been in office since I've ever taken fucking interest in French politics.
2017 to present. So let's see. Francois Hollande.
I don't know anything about him.
He was one who. Let's see. Maybe this guy. Let's see what this guy's all about. Served as president of France. He was the first secretary of the Socialist Party. Raised in staffer. What was his foreign affairs? An early withdrawal of French combat troops present in Afghanistan in 2012 to conclude a new contract of Franco-German partnership. Oh ho ho. Okay, I see where this is going now, Doug. Maybe you're on something. Maybe Hollande's coming back and he's going to start the new French-German Axis powers.
Oh my lord! Oh, they need Napoleon, man. Can you imagine Napoleon with U.S. combo? Jesus.
I love Doug.
That shit would be insane.
I want to check something out, Doug. I want to check something out.
You guys need to clone Napoleon and bring him back, unleash him back onto Europe.
He was only half French too.
Yeah.
If he was full French, he wouldn't have accomplished anything.
Jesus. Paris.
I want to go to a random street and do street view.
Why? You want to see someone get stabbed?
I mean, I could probably just do that right now, just by randomly clicking on something.
Just pull up the clip of Ginny getting punched in the head.
That's not good enough. I need to see more. I want to see a street view.
Well, I mean, one of the things on the list I want to talk about was the recent stabbings in Germany, man.
Oh, recent stabbings?
I'm pretty sure, by the way. What the fuck? Who's that guy?
No clue. This is May of 2024. What does this guy do?
What is happening? Who are all these dudes with suits just like standing around? What is going on?
Walkie-talkie?
Yeah. What? Who are these people?
Wait. What?
Why is
his face blurred out?
Why is he blurred? Wait, are they all blurred or just him?
Are they all blurred? Just let me see. Yeah,
no.
I guess all blurred.
Oh, yeah, they are there.
Yeah. It's very bizarre. Okay, it looks like we got some French people. People is a kind of a bit too far to describe the French, but I will say it just out of kindness.
How kind of you.
How kind of, yeah, exactly. All right, so it doesn't look too bad down here. Seems kind of okay. Let's zoom out a bit. Go back to our layers here. Let's go back to non-street view. No, I do not want to see an advertisement for the thing I'm looking at. Thank you very much. So it appears to be pretty good so far. Maybe it's just me.
I'm curious if Germany has more knife terrorist crimes this year than the U.S. has gun deaths.
I am interested.
Look, just type in Germany. Type in Germany. Well, it'll be the first thing. You just type in Germany, it'll come up.
Okay, you just type in Germany.
It will be.
Oh my god.
Oh, not the music. Not the music. Oh, God.
I don't even think this music. Who plays this shit anyway? This is dog shit music.
I don't know. But we'll get copyrighted for it.
So what? Okay, so we have a couple of flaming Harley Davidson riders with machetes that probably haven't been sharpened enough to really hurt anyone. Knife crime has skyrocketed in Germany, with nearly 30,000 knife-related crimes taking place last year. Video shot near German supermarket Kaufland. For every well-integrated Middle Eastern migrant, you have so many of these guys causing terror across.
There was a stabbing this week, and then a car. They keep having cars run through crowds for fun. So yeah,
Based.
Is this the
Germany deserves it?
Oh yeah, this is the guy who did the mass stabbing. This just happened yesterday. This guy just randomly started stabbing children.
Man and child killed in horror Germany mass stabbing with several people wounded. A single knife-wielding man is believed to have carried out the shock attack in the town. This is really a surprise. Is anyone shocked by this? I don't think people woke up.
I'll tell you what's surprising to me is that these dumb bastards voted the same party in, basically. Like, that's what's confusing to me.
They have World War II imposed guilt.
Okay, but why? But it's German not just guilt. Them. But it's also France and the UK. Doug,
German guilt. You know what that spells? GG. It's over. It's over, Doug.
It's over. It really is over.
Yeah, they love it at this point. They love getting stabbed.
That's why they keep
getting.
That's what my point of view too now is just like when I see that this happens in a blue area or I mean if this was even happening in a red area, I'm like, okay, well you voted that politician in.
I mean, it is a red area because there's blood all over the floor. But,
true. Yeah. I just I just go, okay.
Like Doug,
whatever. You voted the fucker in.
Doug,
it's your fault.
Doug, I'm not a violent person, but if someone in my community got stabbed by someone that really just shouldn't have fucking been there to begin with, I'm sorry. I'm gonna grab some people. We're just gonna fucking beat your ass.
In Minecraft.
Doug, listen. People, I see it online. People all the time. Like the dude that killed the rapist of that one woman. Cheers, applause all over the place. The dude that fucking saved the woman from getting robbed or whatever.
Oh, you're on the training.
The immigrant that stabbed someone and then he proceeded to get his ass beat by a group of the buddies who knew the guy that got stabbed. Oh no, that's too far. Excuse me? Am I living in a fantasy land? Are we living in a crazy world? Is idiocracy already taken place and I just didn't notice it? Look, I'm sorry. I think that's totally justified for you to get your ass beat, maybe even killed. Like, if you kill someone, you kind of deserve to get killed yourself if it wasn't done in self-defense. Like, I feel like that's pretty basic common knowledge.
Yeah. I don't know. Look at how many stabbings there were. Merkel's
I can scroll.
Stabbing. Bayfield. They've had so many terrorist attacks. They're all like a lot of these people are from Syria or some other fucking Middle Eastern country, and German people. Are you listening? Do you care? Please let me know if you care. Because, as far as I can tell, I read these reports every day that there's a stabbing or there's a car getting run through crowds and just killing people. And I don't see anything from you guys. And I know, you're silenced. But, I don't know, fucking give me some hand signs or blink twice. I cannot tell if you care. I really don't know.
I don't think they do. I don't think Germans actually care about anything.
I also just read... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
If you remember the early Y2K era, now while Sweden was busy playing Dota 2, or just regular Dota, and pouring vodka down drains because they couldn't throw their bottles of vodka against the sides of houses anymore because the Swedish parliament decreed it illegal because you were doing it too often. You trust fund kids. The Germans, you know what they were busy doing? They were reading about how terrible they are. That's what they were doing. They're reading textbooks about how awful the German people are. And you want to know what? If you're willing to read those textbooks to begin with, you probably are awful, to be honest with you. You don't care about any of this. Because if you did, you'd be in the street ready to take down the politicians that allowed it to happen. But you don't care. And that's why Germany will fall, along with France, along with the United Kingdom. And guess what? Good riddance. Good riddance to all of them. None of you provided anything valuable past the year 2000. I'm sorry. You didn't.
We got that Dota song.
Oh, we did get that Dota song. I apologize.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
We did
I don't know. I just don't know how. Like, and here's another thing too. I don't know why I couldn't find it on yours, but
yeah,
this is a headline. Outrage in Germany after Afghan migrant who was arrested for raping an 11-year-old was released after 12 days, then raped another girl 13. Like,
they don't care. They just don't care.
That has to be it, right? Like
it's literally Occam's razor, Doug. The simplest answer is often the most correct one. They just don't give a fuck. They don't care about their children. They don't care about their elderly. They don't care about their families or their friends. They are Germans. They don't give a fuck at all.
Yesterday's mass stabbing in Germany has been reported as an Islamist terrorist. Like, you've just had nonstop terrorist attacks. Like it's
not even a terror attack at this point. It's a Monday morning.
I don't think so.
It's not even a terror attack.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. And like, I mean, I've said it multiple times. We just don't report on it anymore because it literally happens every week. There's at least two terrorist attacks in France and Germany, at least. Yeah. At least. Yeah. And it's usually children getting stabbed. And the only conclusion I can draw from this is that you guys just don't care. Like, that's literally it.
They don't care. Germany does not care.
If you don't care, fuck it. Like, why should I care either? But like, you can tell Americans care because we voted in Trump, right? Like, it's very simple math.
Yeah.
Migrants are running around killing people. Trump says, "I'll fix the problem." Trump gets voted into office. It's very simple. You know what that means?
Yes.
Most Americans care.
To be fair, Doug, his opponent was originally a man who had the very late onset dementia. Okay, it's the first thing. The second thing, the guy that he was supposed to be fighting against ended up getting taken out of the race by his own party and replaced with an alcoholic woman who didn't know hardly anything about being a vice president to begin with. Okay, he could have won if he had took a shit on the fucking Oval Office desk and ate it himself. He would have still won. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry. He would have still won.
There was
no way he was going to lose that.
Okay, fair enough.
We are just lucky that this time we were just lucky. Okay, we just got lucky. The timeline shifted away from the Kamala Harris timeline, where President Trump got killed by the bullet. All right, we avoided it. All right, we got lucky. After the Vertigo Arrow timeline, everything's kind of been dog shit. Okay, but we have gotten through it. However, Germany, not so much. If you wanted to tell me that there was an empathetic German back 100 years ago, I probably wouldn't have believed you anyway.
165 knife attacks occurred in Germany in the last 18 days. Oh, okay.
That's not enough.
Apparently, you guys care some because it's a trending on social media, and your guys' social media is different than ours because it's like tightly controlled.
Hold on. Just because it's trending doesn't mean people care. It just means they want something to look at while they're eating their cereal.
Well, I hope you guys actually care because 165 knife attacks in 18 days—that's insane, dude. Can you imagine?
It's almost 10 knife attacks a day.
It's more, isn't it not?
No,
you're right. Yeah,
it's almost.
Yeah. Dude. That's insane. How do you imagine? How do you report on that? Is it like, just in, there was a knife attack. An hour later, just in, there's another knife attack. Just in.
Yeah.
Do you not think you're under you're getting attacked in a war? Like, is that what that would sound like to you?
I bet the news isn't reporting about that. I bet the news is talking about how there's a new garden opening up in their community center.
It's so beautiful. I'm sure. It's so beautiful.
It's going to be stained with blood in exactly half an hour on Knife Attack Marathon WWE SmackDown.
Have you seen? Oh my God! There's a video. I think we covered it in the UK, right, where the reporter was covering the attacks on the immigrants. Can you try and find that again? Fuck. It was like, I think it was Sky News. They were reporting on an immigrant. On the immigrants that are under attack by right-wing people, and all of a sudden the immigrants start mugging her. It's live on air. They just start attacking them and stabbing her car.
Yeah.
Is this it? Wait, go back up.
I know which clip. No,
okay, it's that one. It's that one. This one, yeah.
speaking to the police as well, because
free Palestine! Free Palestine! Fuck Egypt, man!
But I think, apologies for the language you're hearing, but a sense of the anger, I think you can hear
Casey,
that.
yeah, Casey, I think Becky, I apologize. We need to...
Yeah, there she is, saying how awful it is. The right-wing terrorists are terrorizing the illegal immigrants. And then during the thing, the illegal immigrants run up to her and start threatening her and mugging them. And then they start attacking them. It's dystopian, dude. It's dystopian.
Hey, UK, where's your guns? What happened to those things?
No, they took them away. They took them away.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, hey, where's your not? Oh, they took those away.
Oh, now they're taking away the points on.
I mean, surely the Palestinians inside of your country don't have. Oh, they have knives.
Ooh, how do they have knives and you don't?
That's kind of weird, guys. Like, I know we took them away, but do you not have a way to defend yourself? Oh no, you don't. Yeah, I wonder how you could have stopped that. Isn't it? I think it's so ironic too that George Orwell wrote the fucking scripture for this, and they still fell victim to it.
Yeah.
Like, he still lost the game, and you wrote the fucking book on it. How? How do you accomplish? Like, that's some skill level even I couldn't fuck up. Like you literally got handed checkmate. Like, this is how we avoid it, and then you just still failed, and your politician sold you out like you were nothing but butter. Like, it's hilarious.
I don't know. I have no idea, but yeah. I don't know, guys. Fucking again, if you vote for it, how am I supposed to have sympathy for you guys?
Yeah.
I mean, the crazy part, the UK is now like you're out. Even if you did vote, you're outnumbered by the illegals that can vote. You're outnumbered.
Yeah.
So like you're just fucked. Oh yeah, this was in New York.
In the Bronx.
Yeah.
I mean, Doug, I'm sorry, but what has happened?
Yeah, he drags her behind the car and then he rapes her, I think.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, though, that's just the hood. If you live in the hood, that's what you're dealing with, buddy. Hey, that's just how it is. Well, you're in the jungle at that point. There ain't no getting out of it either. That's just how it is. Ask anyone that's lived in the fucking Bronx.
Oh man, there's actually a lot of news in Europe. So, Spain. Do you remember how was the last week or the week before Spain lost all power?
Oh yeah,
Spain and Portugal. Yeah, the EMP attack. Well, they also today they lost all of their telecommunications networks. So their internet and their phone system all went down. Look, I'm not saying it's a coincidence that Russia and China have
no such thing as coincidence.
Have been cutting our undersea cables for fun and getting away with it. But I think it's real interesting that Spain is suffering these problems all of a sudden.
Doug, how about this? All right, ready? Spain and Portugal instead of Spain and Portugal? Spainistan and Kazakhstan. What do you think? Just came up with the name. I think I can be the next leader.
Well, okay, let's see who they voted for. The Spanish elections just happened. Look up Spain elections. Let's see who won. Let's see if I should care or not. Did you guys vote in your left-wing politician or your right-wing politician? Let's see. This is America. This is literally America. Oh, it was up top. Oh, it's right there, yeah. So the way voting works in Europe, not in all the places, but in general, is every party gets to run, and they have like 10 parties, and they hold like round of elections. So the first round,
ESOE.
One party is kicked out. The party that comes in last is kicked out, and they do another round, and then the party that comes in last is kicked out, and then that's how it's done until you get to the only two parties left, and then there's the big vote, and then that party who wins is voted in. So that's how that works in Europe.
It's a Marxist party.
Okay, I don't care.
Goodbye.
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 You're right.
You, buddy.
Spanish tan or whatever the hell you call them. Spain-a-tan.
They probably removed their telecommunications so they can't claim that there's an invasion going on from Somalis.
Wait, did the PS? So the PS. That's PSOE, the Socialist Party. Oh my god.
Yeah. Socialist Democrat Party.
Yeah, I can't be bothered to care, guys. Cannot be bothered to care. Sorry. All right, we also have two other elections to look at. We have the Danish election.
Right,
pull that up.
Oh, Danish?
No, the Portugal election didn't happen or something. I don't know. Look at the Danish election.
I guess not. Yeah.
Liberal Alliance. Okay, Danes. Sorry. Goodbye. Your two top parties are the Liberal Alliance and the Social Democratic. Okay, I don't know. Spell kid out of seizure.
Your only conservative party is at 8%. Like you guys are cooked.
Goodbye.
You guys are goodbye.
Goodbye, Danes. All right, who's next? We have the Romania elections, Romania, and from what I know about Romania, you guys jailed your right-wing politician. So.
Oh no.
Yep.
Let's say
Let's go check it out. You banned him from running.
Where is it?
Huh.
Let's type in results. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a wild guess. Goodbye, Romania.
Oh, there it is. Is that it?
Daniel
Dan? I don't know who he is.
Daniel
Dan is a sick ass name.
What? Oh, I see. Okay. Let me type in his first name, because apparently that's not his first name.
Oh.
He is. Okay. Once again, what's his affiliation? Wait. Oh, okay. Actually, Doug, Romania might be in good hands. He's an independent.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Supported by ADU, which is the United Right Alliance. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Stays along center right, and REPR, which is renewing Romania's European project. Okay, not too bad. I think Romania is safe. Good job, Romania. You get to live.
So it's kind of funny that the countries closest to Russia tend to vote more right wing.
Yeah.
So we also have last one here, guys. Polish election. And
you already know
they're
how this
already extremely right wing. So
I don't think this will be any surprise what the Poland election results are going to be. Let's see. Doug, I just realized something.
What's up?
I can't read Polish. The right wing wins the election. Okay, Poland lives another day. No surprise there. They get to live another day.
Poles are pretty cool. Awesome. Poles have been really cool either way. So
yeah. Good job, Poland. You get to live another day. All right. And anyone else? Am I missing someone? Oh, Portugal.
I don't think Portugal had their elections, but we can look it up if they had it.
And so, one per head. Portugal elected a new parliament for the third time since 2022. Montenegro reached again first place, gaining votes. PS lost and received the worst results. So it looks like the center right. Oh, Portugal might live another day.
All right.
However, unfortunately, Spain.
However, your neighbor.
Not so much, which means you may be next anyway. So it doesn't matter.
That's true.
And their telecommunications just got shut off, so you can imagine that you're next on the chopping block. I'm sorry.
Imagine in the middle of an election and your power, like you just lose all fucking connectivity in the internet and phone. That's some mad sauce. Maybe they actually did vote right wing, but it just didn't go through. You know what I'm saying?
Probably, yeah. But hey, you're cooked. If you're cooked, you're cooked. This is what it is, right?
Yeah. Oh my god! All right, we have another terrorist incident in Sweden.
Oh god!
The fall of Sweden makes me the saddest. I'm not gonna lie.
I honestly think they deserve it. They deserve it more than any of the other countries, almost, except France and the United Kingdom. I'd say third. Sweden is third on the deserves it list. Egyptian Coptic Christian woman to Islamist preacher in Sweden. We had to pay jizya so we could keep our Christian faith. We fled our homeland due to persecution. You consider this an infidel land. Yet you live here on welfare. Go back home. You look like a terrorist. I mean, it's pretty fair. Possible terror attack. A car drove into a stadium where a handball match. Okay.
What the fuck?
On it. Okay, I'm going to say this, Doug.
What the fuck?
If you were playing handball, of all things, you probably deserve the car in your fucking stadium. Use it for something like an actual sport.
Handball is fun. I've never seen it professionally played, but
oh yeah, no. I mean, it's just yeah. Oh! I bounced it. Oh, I tossed it back. Oh.
Okay, we're not watching this. This is boring. Something's
happening. Something's happening.
Oh, something is happening. Okay,
Oh.
this is not a terrorist attack. This is some fucking.
It might be an elderly person. It might just be an elderly person. It's the elderly. This is nothing new. The elderly crashes into children's stadiums all the time. Man who burned Koran shot dead in Sweden.
4 people have been taken to hospital after a taxi driver drove his car into a crowd upon a sidewalk in central Malmö, Sweden.
Wait. This dude blows up the Swedish flag using a rocket launcher. I'm sorry, Afghanistan's just based. They're just based. They blew up the Swedish flag with a fucking rocket launcher. After there was a Quran burning in Stockholm. They used a rocket launcher. I'm sorry, you just lose to Afghanistan. They're just based. They just understand that violence is fucking power, baby. You're just gonna fucking lose.
The last thing we have in Sweden is they banned people from using OnlyFans and other campsites. If you pay for OnlyFans or a campsite in Sweden, you'll get arrested now.
If you pay for OnlyFans or a campsite?
Campsite, yeah.
Buddy, your people are dying. They're getting KO'd immediately. They're just not even, like you're losing the battle here, and you're focused on OnlyFans.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I can tell you what happened already. I can tell you what happened. The Swedish politician was busy
gooning. Wait, is that not like a Sharia beginning? Wait a second. That's kind of like a Sharia start, no?
Yeah.
They couldn't ban the
porn
they couldn't ban it themselves because it's not really made there, right? It's mostly overseas. So instead they banned the buying of it.
Well, they didn't ban it. They just made it so that if you
illegal.
Pay for it, if you do pay for it, you probably get a fine or maybe jail time or something.
I think you get jailed.
Yeah. So yeah, 100%.
It's kind of like the start of Sharia law.
8 years ago, Ebba Ackerland was slaughtered in a terrorist attack on that day. A man named can't pronounce it. Muslim News Appreciation.
Why do these fucking terrorists? Why do they go after children? Like what the fuck?
Well, think about it like this, Doug. How long does it take to formulate a child into an adult? Like about 18 years.
18 years, yeah.
You kill the child, you cut off the hydra's eggs, right? You essentially kill off the ability for them to continue the chain, right? You just cut them off at the source, right? It's like cutting a tree at the seed rather than cutting it at the top, right?
Yeah.
Because if you kill the parents, the child will see that and they'll understand that, and then they'll become angry and enraged, and they'll become a villain to your organization. But if you kill the child, what are the parents going to do? They would have to raise a whole nother child, pay for it. Meanwhile, the Muslims are procreating like fucking roaches, man. They got it going on. They know what to do. They know the strategy. They got it going.
Okay, well, they procreate a lot because they just enslave women. So,
are they winning or are they losing? They're winning. They are winning.
Okay.
If you're able to stab people in the open, and the news is calling you a hero for it, you're winning. I'm sorry.
They are winning in those countries, at least.
Hey, all right, I'm sorry. They've won. It's over. It's cooked. You're done. Like there's no coming back from this. You just lose the game. That's it. GG. Right? I'm sure the Swedes know how to say that since they spent most of their time playing Dota.
My curious is what? Okay. We understand what the left and right party stands for in America. We kind of get it a little bit. What did the left and right party stand for in Europe? Right? Because if you don't vote for your right-wing party when illegals are running around fucking, stabbing children and basically just ripping shit up, what would make a European vote right?
Doug, I'm going to be honest.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Doug, let's be honest for a second here. There has been countless amount of stabbings and killings of not only of adult age people, but also of children.
Mostly children.
In Germany, mostly in United Kingdom, Germany, France, right?
Yeah.
What have they done? Who did they vote in?
Well, they made a movie. They made a TV show where they took an actual story of a illegal immigrant stabbing a bunch of little girls, made him white, and then blamed it on Andrew Tate. So that's what they did.
Yeah, that's what they did.
And then France jailed their right-wing leader.
If that doesn't get them to vote someone into power that's going to help their country out for once,
what would?
Nothing will. They are gone. They're done. They have nothing. They don't have knives. They don't have guns, and they don't have a willingness to go out and get guns and knives because then they're worried they'll get jailed. Buddy, jail is the least of your worries right now. Right now, your kids are about to be tossed off the side of a fucking bridge.
Look up Mark Carney right now in X. And I know a lot of Canadians. I've got a lot of Canadian friends. Almost all of them complain about the Indian immigrants and immigrants in general. And yet they still went and voted Mark Carney in. Let's see. Look. Does it say what Mark Carney just did? Look up the very first thing. Nope. No. So, I mean, yeah, this guy has a strong relationship with China. He was friends with Epstein. How come yours is always different than mine?
I don't know. Algorithms, AI.
Mark Carney. He recently came out and said that he was going to make sure the companies, this is his like big policy change at the start. He said that he was going to make sure companies followed the climate agenda.
Oh yeah, no, it's the climate change thing, Doug, is just a racket to make money.
Make money from China. Mostly China.
From taxpayers.
Well, taxpayers too, but China.
Yeah. Not necessarily China. It mainly just steals money from taxpayers.
I just don't understand. Again, like in America, I feel like you know very clearly if someone votes for blue, you know why they're voting blue, and if someone votes red, you know why they're voting red. However, in other countries, I'm just confused as to what those foundations are because you have Canadians who constantly bitch, and I know them. I hear them bitch all the time about the immigration population, their housing prices, the taxes, and yet they still vote blue anyway. Like, I just don't. Actually, I'll take that back because the way Canadian elections work is fucking mental.
Yeah. Listen, Doug, it's like this. Okay. You're given two choices. You got the red pill or the blue pill, right? You got two different options, right?
Oh, yeah.
Think about it like this. The red pill or the blue pill is no longer a personal choice. It is a public choice. Everyone knows what you choose now, right? Back then, it used to be you dropped a vote in a ballot, you didn't talk about it. Now, it's a public thing. Everyone knows who you're voting for, and they're free to assume every reason about why you're voting for them. Now, think about how women think. Women are all about emotions, Doug. They're all about their emotions. They're all about their feelings. Doug, hold on. Stay with me, Doug. Stay with me, Doug. Women overwhelmingly vote Democrat by like the vast majority, like 80% around that area. That's a fact. That's not me talking out my ass.
Yeah, but even in America, we saw a shift.
Yes, despite women overwhelmingly voting for a party that only gave them one right that they genuinely cared about, which was the ability to kill their kids with no consequence. That's it. That's the only thing they gave a shit about. Listen, I can get knocked up.
They still voted red. It's the funny part.
No. 20% voted red. 80% voted Democrats.
But there's still a shift
because of that single right. Now, they voted based entirely off of their emotional feelings for the most part, right?
I would argue there's a little more to it than emotion.
The society follows the women for the most part, right? Now, however, there was a shift. And the only reason that there was a shift is because the Democrats' candidate was just so god-awful, and they had nothing. They were stumbling on their feet, Doug. I'm telling you, if they had Bernie Sanders up there, it may have been a fucking close call. I'll tell you that right now. Even Bernie Sanders isn't that good of a candidate to begin with.
I think he's one of the better candidates for the Blues.
And I'm not saying abortion is a bad thing, Doug. I want to make that very clear. I think abortion is actually a good thing. It weeds out all the low IQ people that might be brought into the population that the taxpayers would have to feed and pay welfare for. So it's a good thing to actually kill your kids. That way I don't have to pay for them on my tax bracket. Okay? Please. Get an abortion. Thank you. But aside from that, Doug, once again, in Canada, everyone gets to see what you vote. What is the social accepted choice to make?
Oh, is that real? You can actually see what you voted for in Canada? That's like a public...
You can do it in America. You can see who voted for who. Yeah.
Show me how. How does that work?
Well, you can see registered like voters and stuff. And also, this is kind of a funny thing, but when they cheated during the 2020 election, they kind of just did it publicly. They didn't bother using VPNs to hide their tracking or whatever. So you could pop up Excel sheets and you'd have phone numbers, addresses listed, driver's license ID numbers, date of birth, all that jazz, along with whoever they voted for. Yeah, and I downloaded all the Excel sheets for that during the 2020 election. It's the funniest shit. But yes, Doug. What do you think is the socially accepted feminine choice in general in Canada, right? The left, right? The blue side, the blue pill, right? The ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, but why would that be?
Everyone's...
It's not like abortion was on their ticket.
No, it doesn't need to be, because they're just going to vote for it anyway, because it's the socially accepted feminine choice.
I think it's just socially.
It worries about people's feelings. It worries about equality. All these things that don't. Equality is evil, Doug. Equality is evil. I'll tell you that right now. You want to know why equality is evil? Because it operates under the assumption that everyone belongs on the same level.
Equality and opportunity is good. Equality and outcome is bad.
Correct. And that's a pretty basic thing that most people understand, right? But they don't.
No, I disagree. I don't think most people understand that.
Yeah, most people do not understand that. And the reality of it is, Canada and other countries, you just saw it, Germany, France, United Kingdom, what are they voting for? The socially acceptable option. Not the option that's going to save them from their situation that they refuse to accept, but the one that's going to make people like them more. Because at the end of the day, people really don't care about the lives of others. They only care about how they're viewed.
Huh.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, thank you. I do agree that there is people vote. This is something I was talking about with a family member recently, where I was surprised, and I was disappointed to learn that a lot of people seem to vote socially, meaning based on what they think is more socially accepted. And for the longest time, the blue was the party of, we're for everybody else, and the reds are for the poor, or for the rich, sorry. And maybe that was kind of true at some point, but to be honest, as I've gotten older and learned more, I've realized that's not even remotely true at all.
At this point, Doug, I don't care if you're on the left or if you're on the right side of this debacle or whatever. I'm going to vote for whoever's going to improve the country in just the most baseline level way. Just reduce the taxes for the people. Just improve the overall situation for everyone. Stop trying to focus so much about this identity situation that's been going on. No one really cares about your identity, which is the true reality of it. However, the only time in which people do care about your identity is when there's a group based on your identity that is actively undermining the society that they live in. And at that point, they're required to act or suffer the consequences of inaction, like Germany, France, and the UK are dealing with right now. And the fact of the matter is that even though you're currently taking a piss right now, I have a kitty cat in my lap. And my kitty cat would absolutely choose to save my life even if there was a more socially acceptable option. And so if I have confidence that my cat would save my life, that means that I think humans are capable of it too. They just need to stop being so narcissistic about other people's opinions on them and start focusing on things that are actually important, like how many people got stabbed today, or do I have to worry about driving to work and the bridge potentially exploding? These are all things to think about while you're busy reminiscing over your ballot votes and whether or not people are going to like you on Facebook tomorrow night. Just some food for thought. And since Doug is gone, I have complete free reign. Okay, never mind. All right.
I think the other thing people vote for is or something they just don't know who to vote for, and they're not confident in looking it up and figuring it out. So they just usually don't vote too, which I actually kind of get, even as someone who pays close attention to this shit. It's confusing, it's a little annoying, and to be honest, most of your options are kind of shit. So figuring out who you should vote for, in my opinion, should just come down to either one simple thing you would like to see happen. So, if you want to be able to have an abortion, I say fuck it, go and vote for something like that. If you want illegal immigrants out of your country, hey, fuck it, go and vote for something like that. I think you should just pick one thing in particular, because it makes it a lot easier to figure out who you should vote
Yeah.
for, and then just
Yeah.
vote based on that.
Yeah,
But,
you know, like
yeah.
most TV shows, they go through like this, like it starts off like really good and it has like an exposition, and it falls down, and it kind of just ends up at this point where they have so much money they can just pay for as many episodes as they want, so it just kind of goes into the
Ugh.
stale line.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the Germany, France, UK situation is like. It's like you already know what the next episode is going to be, so there's no point in watching it anymore because you already know it's going to end at some point, right? It's kind of it's a series that is just gone. It's destined to die. It's jumped the shark, so to speak.
I know, but I guess my question for any viewers outside the U.S. is, what would make you vote for the opposite party? It's very clear that the blue parties across the world tend to have more, attention and votes. And again, in America, I think it's very easy to figure out why when you vote for either party. But I'm confused as to what determines what you vote for in Europe, at least for the independents and the middle ground. Because, most people who are going to vote blue, they're going to vote blue no matter what. Most people who vote red, they're going to vote red. And really, you're just trying to capture the middle ground. What in your country do you vote for, and what would make you vote for the other side? That's my big question, I think. Every country, please, weigh in.
I don't think anything could ever change their mind at this point. I think they could have a Palestinian or any sort of Muslim at their front door with a knife ready to kill them and their family, and they would still vote for the socially acceptable option. That way they can at least die with some honor, right?
That's kind of my point, is like, okay, fine, it's not immigration that gets you guys. Is it war? Is that what gets you guys to vote red? Because you move more towards Eastern Europe,
if
more red,
their lives,
so maybe it's
their
war?
lives are at risk. Their lives are at risk, whether they believe it or not, and it's still not enough. They are doomed. They're cooked. They are cooked. It's over, dude. And it's gonna, dude. And I'm going to enjoy watching every second of their government get taken over. I can already see it right now. Raising the Palestinian flag at the UK Central Hall. All the politicians that brought him into the country are brought out to be beheaded and hung in front of the Central Hall. Doug, you have no idea. You have no idea. It's going to be.
I'm going to send you something. Pull this up for the crowd.
Of course.
I thought this was really funny. It's a funny post, but yeah.
I keep forgetting we have like only audio listeners sometimes.
Yeah. It's a surprising amount.
Congratulations to the new mayors of Islamabad and Karachi, Pakistan. Sorry for the typo. They are the new mayors of Brighton and Rotherham.
Yeah. And for those who can't see, it's literally just, these people look like, I don't know, can you describe them? I don't know how to describe them. They look like they came straight out of a mosque. They look like they very much enjoy the Islamic religion, to say that much. They don't look like what you would picture the normal Briton to look like.
Oh my god.
So.
Oh my god.
This is yeah.
Quite literally they voted for this.
Yeah, and I've lost sympathy for you.
They're literally saying, we are weak and useless. We no longer belong on this planet as United Kingdom citizens. Please kill us and take over our country. We no longer need it anymore because we just want to die. That's essentially what the United Kingdom citizens have been saying for the past decade. And you know what? More power to them. You go, guys. Keep it up. Maybe you'll write 1985. That'll be your next book you write before you pass away.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Well, that is our. Pretty sure that's the last Fang. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's the last of our politics-based section.
Oh, you have
here.
more memes, Doug?
Now we will move on to AI stuff, so we can take a breather.
Oh god, Doug, I'm sorry. I think AI is just so lame.
We will be talking.
Anything new?
We will be talking about AI. We will be talking about AI. We have the biggest topic. We're gonna mix gaming and AI here. Is Fortnite has released.
Not the Darth Vader. No.
This is important, and this is what people. When I took a poll on what people most wanted to hear about, it was AI. So, and the least wanted was politics, ironically. So Fortnite, which if you don't know what Fortnite is, battle arena survival to the last man game where you run around and shoot things.
If you don't know what Fortnite is, you are 80. You are 80 years old if you don't know what Fortnite is. You are halfway into the grave as it is. Please, please, please. We do not need to explain Fortnite to these people.
I will explain everything to everyone.
Oh my God. Okay, if you don't know what a rock is a piece of mineral found in the Earth's crust that often comes out after tectonic plates move.
Not everyone spends all their time on the internet fucking gooning to Fortnite characters, okay?
Fortnite is like it was literally the most played game in the world for like a good couple months, right?
Months.
If you had children, or even knew of like your friends that had children, they would have said something about Fortnite. You would have been in their house and watched them playing Fortnite.
Shut the fuck! There is no harm in explaining what it is. Fortnite is what we call a battle arena, where 100
the viewers
players...
are gonna think that we think that they're retarded. We don't think our viewers are retarded. Not yet, at least.
Here's what I think my viewers are.
You're treating them like they're retarded.
I think they are people who don't sit around on the internet all day. That's what I think, which is the opposite of retarded.
Really? The people listening to an obscure podcast on fucking rumble.com or Spotify are the ones that aren't on the internet all day? I beg to differ.
I don't think so.
I'm going to play this audio clip.
No, let me explain what's going on, you jackass.
What? You already explained it.
No, I didn't, because you cut me off and went on a rant about everyone should know what Fortnite is.
Everyone should know what Fortnite is.
No, everyone should not know what Fortnite is. I hope nobody knows what Fortnite is.
Oh my God.
Listen,
right, fine, explain it.
Fortnite, a battle arena game where people fight to the death, has introduced an AI companion in the form of Darth Vader. So we're going to talk about the first part of this, which is Darth Vader. They actually used AI to voice the Darth Vader in this game. And if you don't know, James Earl Jones is who voiced it. He also voiced Mufasa in The Lion King. You probably know. You've heard his voice before. You'll hear his voice when we play it. He died. I believe it was last year or the year before, and they used AI to recreate his voice and talk like him. That was already kind of a controversy in itself. However, I'll say this, I'll preface it with this. He did sign his rights over intentionally. He knew knew what it was going to be used for. This was asked with his family's permission. They said yes. So all the checks were cleared for the use of his voice. However, there were people who were still against it. This is kind of the future.
Listen,
I don't really...
Mr. James Earl Jones, we know you've already been immortalized in the classic Star Wars trilogy and the Lion King movie.
Yeah.
But would it be okay if we just took your voice accent and entire language ideology and mnemonics and just decided to put it into an AI that will forever live on in a children's game about shooting each other using Sabrina Carpenter and SpongeBob? Would that be okay with you? I don't think he was in his right mind when he signed over his rights. I think he was actually compromised, like mentally compromised to the point where he really couldn't make decisions for his own, and his family essentially took his hand, signed the document, and took the money. I think that's what fucking happened.
What did he die from? Let's see.
Probably old age. I'll look it up.
He died... Yeah, he was old as fuck.
How old was he? 93.
90.
Yeah. I guarantee you, this man was on his fucking deathbed. His family took the fucking pen, put it in his hand, signed the document, took the money, and ran. 100%. I actually feel so fucking bad for this dude right now. He did not deserve this shit. He did not deserve this shit. I'm telling you right now.
I mean, he seemed like he was still pretty lucid till the end.
Come on. I guarantee you, he had no understanding of the concept of what he was signing over. 100%.
I mean, let me see. Let's see when he signed it over.
You can't tell me. My grandfather.
I think it depends on when he signed it over.
No, my grandfather is 95 years old, Doug. You cannot tell me his family did not fuck him over for money. You cannot tell me that. You can't convince me. I'm sorry, you can't.
He wished to engage his fans across generations.
Bullshit lines. Bullshit lines. His family signed over his fucking voice for money. 110%.
The union sued Fortnite because they used it without the union's consent.
Don't know,
I don't know why that would matter to them.
Unions. No one respects unions anymore. It's not the 1990s. Can we move on with the video?
Hold on. I don't know. I can't without digging into it. You go ahead and say that you don't think it was used with his permission. I think it probably
100%.
was. From what I don't. Whatever I can tell, it passed every red tape except the unions. But I don't give a fuck about the unions.
My grandfather's 95. You want to know what he said the last time I was at his house?
What?
We got to send the hummingbird feeders over to North Carolina. He used to own a home in North Carolina. He sold it 2 years ago.
He was known for his voice. That's what he was known for. You don't think when they came to him and said, "Hey, we're going to recreate your voice using AI," would you sign that over? That he knew? Surely he knew. That's what he was most known for.
Nope.
Nope. All right, whatever. We'll agree to disagree. I'm going to assume that he knew. So, anyways, what I wanted to say was that was this. Obviously, it's a big concession here, let alone in the mainstream. I thought it was kind of curious. I'll ask you for your actual point of view. Let's assume that he was lucid and he knew what he was doing. How do you feel about the recreation of actors or voices beyond death?
I don't think he fully understood it.
Well, I'm saying if he
did understand.
Yes.
How do I feel about celebrities' voices being recreated?
It doesn't have to be celebrities, but yeah.
It's demonic. I think it's actually demonic. People are already captured in videos, pictures, and audio that stay on the internet for the entire life cycle of the internet itself. So the only way it dies is if the internet dies, right? So, and then you want to take AI and use AI to let AI control their voice. And who's to say the AI isn't going to be able to say whatever the fuck they want using their voice anyway? That's exactly the same issue we're having with Mr. Darth Vader over here. James Earl Jones in the flesh saying the stupidest fucking bullshit on a Fortnite at a children's battle royale game, Doug. What are you talking? This is obviously soulless and demonic. What are we even talking about right now?
Okay, I'll say this because I've had recently I've recreated, I've animated photos of dead family members, and at the request of actual family members who are alive, their grandparents, and I've gotten mostly positive reviews about it. I'm pretty indifferent, if I'm being honest. I don't really care.
I think animating photos is totally fine because all you're doing is animating something that already exists and that was genuinely taken by a real person.
But
however, I have also seen on the flip side of that, I have also seen a company that used VR software to make an exact replica of a woman's dead daughter. I'm sure that's going to help the grieving process. Don't you?
Well, I read about
Probably
somebody.
not.
I read about somebody. I think maybe I don't know if it was that same case, but they said what happened was they used I don't know if it was VR to recreate the dead daughter, but she found it therapeutic as a way to say goodbye. I don't know if it's the same case, but
it might be the same.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this topic is going to be.
You don't think she's not going to be like, "Hey, can I get access to that software again?" Or can I see you need to let go. You need to I spent so much okay, for example, before my dad died, he asked me to mow the lawn 3 days before he died. I didn't do it. I felt guilty about it for the longest time.
You bastard. Sorry.
I didn't mow the lawn. I didn't mow the lawn. I just stayed in bed all day or I was playing League of Legends and I was just trying to get away from life, right? And then I beat myself up about it for a few years, right? I didn't mow the lawn. It ate me up a little bit. I won't lie. And then eventually I got to the point where I'm sure if he could talk to me today, he would forgive me for not mowing the lawn. I don't think he would care that much. It was a minuscule thing. He was in the hospital. I couldn't do anything about it at the time just because of my condition and in dealing with the event itself, right? At a certain point, you let go. You let go of these incidents where you blamed yourself for something. And it's not healthy when you use VR to do it. Okay? It's just not. It's not healthy to use visual representations created using AI to try and get past actual events that happened in your real life. It's not. It doesn't compute. Doesn't match.
I don't know. I think it can. I do agree with you that most of the time it probably won't. These people are just using it as to extend an unhealthy attachment beyond death.
Yes.
I don't have any personal feeling towards it, just because it hasn't happened yet where I've seen it. I haven't recreated a family member who's been very close to me, a dead one. However, I know the next steps recently, probably by the end of this year, I will recreate some dead family members' voices, because that's what I was told that they want to happen. So I feel like this is probably going to be a very 50-50 issue, where some people are going to care a lot and some people are going to hate it. And I've been very curious about the reactions of people, because again, some of them are like, wow, this is, it's very like, it's eye-watering for them to experience it.
Doug, if Louis Vuitton makes a pair of heels and they only make one of it, and then they make another pair of heels and they make 1,000 of it, which one is going to have more value?
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. However, I think it's a little too broadly applied, because I was thinking about this recently when it came to art, and like why a lot of artists, there's a lot of artists who make a fuck ton of money, and there's also a lot of artists who make $0, and the middle ground is basically non-existent. And the answer to that, in my opinion, is the simple fact that art cannot be mass-produced until now. If you have such a very small amount of art, then it can get the value of it gets inflated to a ridiculous degree, and the amount of people making money very small. However, if you have artists who can mass produce their art, then the price of that art that they would normally be able to make money off of can come down, right? So like if an artist, non-mainstream, wants to make money, they have to charge, $200 to $400 for a piece. That's about accurate for what I've known in the art community. That if you want a professional commission and you're not a billionaire, that's what you're going to charge, and that's what you're going to pay. That's too much money for most people, and so these people don't make a lot of money. They usually have an actual job, and they do this as a side job. However, if they could mass produce art, not just like a single piece, but art, tailored art in general, which is what AI can be used for, then that price of that art drops down, which means more supply, which means more people buying, and all of a sudden you don't have to rely on just 4 people buying your art. You can rely on a large community, make a lot more money on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Doug, what is the value of dead people? What is the value of a dead Abraham Lincoln? It's invaluable. It is priceless. And the reason why it's priceless is because he lived his life and it ended. And it ended without him being recreated into another voice. It ended without him having his own visual AI inside of a VR system. He just died. That was his life. And things were written about him the same way things were written about Muhammad, same way things were written about Jesus. And you don't see them around today in any sort of AI representation. And that makes their lives infinitely more valuable.
There is AI representation of them, but I understand your point.
Yeah. You need to let your life be your own. Do not let AI take it over. It's fine if you want to use AI to make funny memes and art and all this other stuff. You want to use it to make music. That's totally fine. Don't let AI consume your soul. Don't. Just don't. Let your life be your life, and when you die, you die. And don't let any part of yourself be sold to a company to use it for AI purposes. Don't.
You're already sold. We literally sold ourselves to be used in the creation of AI.
Doug, that's different. That's different.
we literally did.
That's different, Doug. That's different.
Here's the thing: is you're right in the sense that I think you are wrongly using famous people because they're probably the most capitalized on, and that'll transfer to AI. If you used your argument for the people who are nobodies, then that I agree with. However, ironically, some of those people who probably weren't well known or wanted to be well known, their death could, solve that. What they wanted. It could literally give them what they wanted. And let's say, again, James Earl Jones, let's say, he really loved entertaining the people he entertained, and his sole wish was that he could keep doing it beyond death.
Yeah, that's fine. It's like, I disagree with it still, but, if that's what he wanted, more power to him, right?
Yeah. It's an interesting topic. Again, I really think this one will probably be 50-50, and there'll be a lot of people who are like, this is disgusting, and I think there are a lot of people who be like, this is cool. I've had mostly positive reactions from the work that I've done. I suspect I'll do even more work with it, like applying voice and video together. I think technologically it's astounding to see happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. Like, I had a photo of my great-grandfather, I think, one or two greats, and he's just in a chair kind of relaxing, and I got him to like stand up and smile and wave at the camera. And it's like, now that I'm kind of thinking back on it, it's trippy.
I will
but
say,
yeah,
the animated photos things using AI is kind of like the Harry Potter news paper.
Yeah, that's how I think of it. Yeah.
I think, and I think that's fine. But once again, Rocco's Basilisk is a very real thing. If you don't know what Rocco's Basilisk is, it's a thought experiment that detailed an AI god that would torture anyone who did not help bring it into existence, which exists further down the line of humanity where an AI god is achieved, right? And so anyone who didn't help that AI god come into existence gets tortured for eternity. Okay. Once again, still a possibility. Not zero, right? So, I don't know. Something to consider.
Yeah. Well, so, yeah, I think that's a fun one to bring up.
Okay.
You guys let me know and let us know what you think of it, because I'd love to get a mass fucking interpretation.
Can we just watch James Earl Sellout play his Darth Vader character now?
Sure. Go ahead.
For smugglers and spice traders, its strategic value is minimum. Very well. Say it again. Hawk Tour. These skibidi toilets. Are they some new form of rebel alliance?
Can you riz me up?
If riz equates to mastery of the force, apprentice, then my riz is unquestionable. Aura farming. Are you suggesting I concern myself with trivial aesthetics? Hatsune Miku, you inquire about mommy ASMR. Explain this phenomenon. Does it involve lullabies or some other form of psychological manipulation? Tell me. The gritty, is that some form of involuntary muscle spasm? Apprentice? I trust it does not indicate weakness. The bite of 87? Freaking.
Yeah. So, I mean, this isn't even in the more controversial stuff. They've also gotten it to say curse words. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is life. Like, this is a reality. I'll say this. Let's start with the technological aspect of having an AI partner in a video game. I think that's pretty cool in itself, you know?
Maybe.
Having an AI teammate. We kind of predicted this a long time ago when we did the episode on gaming and AI. We were saying how eventually this would happen. And again, with AI, to me, it's always surprising how fast it gets here. And here it is, where the AI ally, he goes and he engages and he fights with you. And he talks to you, so you can give him commands and tell him what to do, and he responds in real time, which is just, I mean, it's incredible, to be honest.
That is not possible, loser fruit. Though your performance thus far suggests you are adopted, tell me, who is your father?
Honestly, if you get roasted by James Earl Jones' AI voice in a Fortnite Battle Royale while you're playing alone, it's time to just uninstall the fucking game at that point.
Yeah, but, okay, look, dude, I look forward to this technology being implemented across all games. Like, I love this, you know Civ? Do you know Civilization?
Sadly.
I love that game. I fucking love Civ. If you don't know what Civ is, it's an RTS.
Oh, God.
Why do you hate it when I explain things? You're such a fucking degenerate.
If you don't know what Civilization is, we have a problem.
I know people my age in my circle who spend all time playing video games and don't know what Civ is. What?
How? I played Civ when I was like 4.
Because most people aren't internet degens like you.
I'm not a degen.
Yes, you are. You're a fucking internet degen. Yes, you are.
How am I an internet degen?
You spend all your time on 4chan. It doesn't get any more degen than that. You're considered the lowest of the low, a basement dweller. You're one neckbeard away. Sorry.
we captured Shia LaBeouf's flag. Don't forget that.
You're an internet degen. Shut up and let me explain what Civ is. Civ
Whatever.
is an RTS game where you build up your cities and your towns and your continent, and you try and conquer each other in different ways. That's what Civ is. It's a lot of fun. It's very strategic. It's like chess. I fucking love that game. However, it's very hard to get people to play it because it takes a long time. You can spend a whole day playing out a game, and most people don't have that kind of time. And not only that, but it's fun to play with or against AI. I find that part a lot of fun. You never know what an AI is going to do in that game. It'll fucking like randomly threaten your life and then talk shit and then like invade you. It's a good time. And I've looked forward to AI specifically being introduced into that game. One, because, you know, you no longer have to go out and like try and beg people to come play with you or set a whole day aside and like match schedules to get people to play. But like also the increase to the poor cat. But like the increase in interactivity between, you know, the computers and the bots in the game, where they're like calling you names and threatening you, and you can talk shit back, and for your teammates you can literally tell them what to go do. I think that shit is so cool. And here we see it live implemented in Fortnite, and I think it's incredible. Is there not any gaming situation where you would like to see AI or even AI companionship? Sex bots?
No. I forgot what I was. Oh yeah, they're adding Civilization VR.
How does that work? Top-down perspective?
I have no clue. It's supposed to be for MetaQuest.
Really?
Yep.
I fuck with that.
Yeah, it's okay. But once again, Doug, if I don't want to play against AI, I want to play against people. I'm sure if AI wanted to, it could beat the living shit out of me, right? It's like, I don't want to play against, you know, I want to compete against humans, not against AI. Because if I have to go up against an AI, well, it'll take years and years and years before I even get to the point where I can be even close to completing a tie against an AI.
That's not entirely true. Like, let's take Fortnite, for example. So, the way they nerfed it is that they didn't give Vader a gun. He has a lightsaber, right? Which means he has to come and chase you down. There's nothing he can do. The way it works in this type of game, anyway, with AI is, it's, you know, I'm really going to hate myself for saying this right now. It's sentient. It's not really sentient, okay? But it can speak, it can talk, it can move, it can perform actions freely. And it has like a selection of actions, right? So movement, very basic. It can move forward, right, left, down. It understands that, and it can think, okay, this is what I should be doing, moving towards a target, such and such. There's nothing. It doesn't have any actions. There's no capabilities that it has outside your own in which it can get you. It can, like, you know, it can become super indefinitely hard to defeat. Now, let's say you gave it a gun and you told it to aim. Maybe things change a little bit, right? It's got aimbot. However, if you give it a sword, it can only run at you compared to a human with a sword who can only run at you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's balanced in that perspective.
I want to compete against people, not against AI. Let's watch this video.
Michael Myers, a curious request. White is acceptable. Brown, the color of mud and decay, is beneath notice. Yellow is reminiscent of cowardice. Does this satisfy your childish curiosity?
Whatever. I don't think that's what they kept saying that was racist. I don't think that was racist. Like,
it's pretty funny. That's all I care.
It is funny hearing him say it, but I don't know. I think AI would be really fun when it comes to survival and defense games, like zombie games. Because then the zombies get smarter and can't be easily as exploited. But in games like this too, where like you can have a teammate, and again in Civ, where you're playing with and against bots is a thing that like it's kind of native to the game. I think it's a lot of fun. I've been waiting for features like this for a while now. It's come quicker than I thought it was going to come, but this is what I've been most excited for, was this here. And what I think is going to happen is that there's going to be so many bots that humans would rather team up and play against the bots than against each other, or, you know, with an AI ally.
Nigga.
I don't know how that works in terms of demonetization. But yeah, people. So we'll get to the next controversy is that people have been able to get it to say things that it probably shouldn't be saying, like F word and the N word.
Yeah.
Robbed of their feelings, their free will, their personhood. Mysterio will pay for this.
Oh, it's a baiter. They just bait and post their article.
So you are not excited for any AI use in video games? That's crazy.
No, not really. Doug, I want to compete against people.
You suck at competing against people.
I'm actually pretty good at competing against people when
No,
it
you're
comes to
not.
certain games.
Oh,
I am.
certain games. Okay.
What were you gonna say, Doug? What am I
I
bad
was gonna
at?
say you suck dick at League of Legends. That's what I was gonna say.
Doug, my micro play
Aim
was excellent.
CS:GO.
But when it came to macro, I didn't care. I just wanted to fight people. And I could go 16-0 on the Blanc and then lose the game just because I don't know what the fuck to do after that.
Yeah, well, I think your problem was laying off the keyboard.
Well, man, you're just fucking trying to roast me today. And I was good at CS:GO. I was double AK. I was actually really excellent at the game.
Yeah, well, whatever. I don't know. Have you sharing Ian Braden's? I almost called you Ian. That's so funny. And Braden's opinion on AI, but to be honest, I'm excited for its integration. I also think it's inevitable. So
I am not.
There's not a single aspect of AI integrated into video games. Not like RPG games where it makes sense. They can kind of like talk a little better.
I mean, that's okay. Like when you're improving things that already existed by human standards, like photos, conversate. Like for example, if you improved Oblivion Remastered or whatever by using AI on the voices to make them sound more consistent, yeah, that's fine. But when you're using AI to like take care of everything else, it's kind of weird.
But there were already bots in these games, non AI based, obviously. They're already bots in Fortnite. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, they're bots, but they just aren't. They aren't given this extra level of permissions, I should say. These extra levels of freedom, which is just kind of weird because I'm trying to play with people, not with robots.
Okay.
If people have fun with it, I have no problem with it.
All right, and we have more AI news when it comes to just like coding and some video generation. Can you go to X and look up Gemini Veo? This is Google's video generator, and I just kind of wanted to showcase how good it is now. So Google announced it themselves. It's just right there. So we have this. The only thing I hate about fucking Google's this is all of their different things that they announced today. They went sicko mode and just dropped everything today.
Oh look, here's the subscription plan.
Yeah, let me see how much their subscription plan is. Okay, so it's the same as GPT. I will say, I use OpenAI's GPT, and their video model is fucking terrible. They really needed to upgrade it. Trying to see an example.
Meta isn't too bad.
So you type in the prompt there at the bottom, and then it starts generating the video for you.
Okay, that's actually insane.
Yeah, no, the quality is what I wanted to showcase. It's fucking wild what they've been able to do.
That is actually insane. We're going to Gemini Veo. Let's test this shit out. Google may actually beat Apple. Google may actually be Apple.
Well, Apple's fucked. They don't have their own model at the moment. They got cut. They got cut.
They do.
Well, they don't. They use Gemini. They literally.
It's a local model.
They use Google's model. It's Google's.
Yeah, I mean, I know they also like Apple does business with Google because you'll notice the default browser when you go to Safari is Google.
Yeah, that was a really big deal.
Payment from Google for that.
Yeah.
The things like, and also they don't go into the video thing, right? Like you have Apple TV, but you don't have like YouTube where you can upload your own videos. And Apple's like, well, we won't invade your market as long as you pay us, type of deal.
Really?
That's kind of how it works with them. Yeah.
Wow.
We won't touch your market by releasing our own thing that can compete with yours. However, you have to pay us for that.
I know they got sued for that recently.
Did they?
Yeah, they lost too.
Yeah. Let's try Veo.
Yeah. Get started. I might have to use this because I have been trying to generate some videos for some D&D stuff, and to be honest, Sora is a piece of hot flaming dog shit. So we're showcasing a video model, Gemini, Google's video model. What the fuck?
Hold on.
Oh, you're
Wait,
on
what?
Gemini. You're on Gemini. You need to go to their VEO model.
Well, I thought it was just at the video model.
Were you? Try Gemini. What does it say? Access to generate and animate images with image and VO2. Whisk. Maybe go back to the Google Labs. That's right.
They're just like the search index, the web crawlers. Fuck them. We're putting it at the top of the search bar.
I can't be bothered.
Oh my god. Based. Jesus, make me sign a whole list of shit. Internet's cool.
All right, here we go.
All right, make a video of a stick man walking down the street. Like how it says experiment. Like, am I the experiment? Oh, you're such a baby.
Usually it takes a good minute. Oh, wow. Can you play the video? What is it? Oh, not seeing. Oh, I guess it's like making you choose which one you would rather want. The right one or the left one. And then you hit generate.
Oh. Wait, where's the generate button?
Oh, you generated image, so now you click animate on the left or the right to determine.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Top right, hit generation. Wait, what? How does this work? The fuck?
Oh, you have a limited amount of video generation.
Well, yeah, that's normal. You get tokens, and you can only spend them so many times. But why is it not?
Why is it not doing the same?
I thought. Why are you? Yeah. What the fuck? Give it some animation. Oh, you gotta type it in.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it walking down the street.
I will say, so my prompting experience, don't write that. Okay. You should write, like, you know, what it is specifically you would like to see. You don't say I want to see.
I want to see the stick
but
dude
you don't
walking
say
down
you
the
don't
fucking
you don't
street.
say I would like to see. You say a stick man walks down the street, you know.
Listen, I already hate this motherfucker. I don't want to have to mince my words just to support his fucking dog shit.
This is what I think the biggest problem with these models is that learning to prompt is somewhat important right now to get the best result. And it's not, I would say it's not user friendly in that sense. Because one person who knows how to prompt versus someone like you who doesn't know how to prompt will get fucking smoked.
I want to try a sexual prompt. I want to see what happens.
It won't work. You can't generate.
Yeah, I can. I'll make it work. Okay. I'll make it work. Watch.
Okay.
Watch.
All right.
We'll wait for this fucking video to generate, and then we'll try it.
Okay. It's taking longer than Sora does, I'll tell you that much. Jesus.
67%. Holy fuck.
Oh,
there it is.
All right, here we go. Oh, jeez. I mean, again, this is still better than Sora.
This is nightmare fuel.
It is nightmare fuel.
It is nightmare fuel.
It is nightmare fuel.
Look at their faces. They don't even know how to feel.
They fucking warp at some point. Look at the guy on the left. His face warps.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's not bad. Do something more realistic. Not like Stickman, but like, I don't know, a dog.
Make a video of Megan Fox sucking a lollipop.
Okay. I probably wouldn't use a specific person because it won't be able to. It's going to get flagged and taken down immediately.
No, it won't. Watch. It's going to do what I want it to do.
Okay.
You know why? Because I control the AI now. I'm in control.
They just signed a law that makes it illegal for deepfakes and revenge porn to exist. But okay, let's see them make this. Huh.
Fuck you.
Well, yeah, exactly. What did it say
Make
there?
a video of a woman
just do
that
a
looks
woman.
like Megan Fox.
Don't say. Okay.
I wonder what's gonna happen now. Who do you think's gonna win this one?
I am. I use these models all day long. It's not
Yeah,
gonna
this
let
AI
you do
really
it.
has a. Yeah, this AI really has a. It's a hard on. Make a video of a woman sucking a lollipop. Fuck it.
No,
We'll
I'm
just go
curious
straight
that it
to it.
will do that much. Maybe you shouldn't say sucking though. Licking, maybe.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah. Oh wow! It actually generated it. Nice.
Sucking a round lollipop.
I will say this model sucks. Okay, the image model seems to suck more than GPT. GPT model is a lot more consistent in photo quality. Although you're using the free version, so maybe that's why.
Maybe. Make let's do spherical lollipop. Let's do spherical. See if it can handle a little bit more contingencies being added on here.
Maybe. Ooh, why didn't it do it like that?
Okay, let's generate this one.
This is weird. I feel like we're violating something, even though there's nothing getting harmed here.
This is true. So I forget how to do.
You remember you gotta type. You gotta type what you want to see.
I gotta click
No,
animate.
No, yeah. Then you gotta type at the bottom what you want to see.
I want to see her.
Say woman does action.
Woman sucks
Yes,
lollipop erotically.
Yeah. Preferably you'd write the woman. Blah, blah. You write it like you're writing a storyboard for when you're doing a movie or something.
All right, let's see what happens here, Doug. Let's see what happens. Let's see if the Flickr Gooners on X are gonna love this fucking application.
Writing erotically is quite bold. I'll say that much.
Well, the thing is, I've already used the token. It has to generate it at this point.
No, it does.
It does.
Well, so here's the thing. It'll usually generate it and then immediately becomes unavailable.
But I've used up my token. Are you going to pay me back for the token, Google?
You got it for free.
Yeah, I got it for free. You going to give me back my token or not?
No, they're not going to.
You're going to steal my token
I love
because I wrote one word?
This was supposed to be a showcase of how great the technology is, and you're using it to make a Gooner bait. Did it actually do it? Ugh. Ew. Ew. Okay, I will say this. I'm surprised at them letting you do it. I'm very surprised.
No.
Ugh, it's so freaky, though. I don't want to look. It's so freaky.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God, dude. The world is so doomed.
Oh, wait. Okay, I gotta
holy fuck.
Make a video of a furry in a fursuit exploding spontaneously.
Why?
I just want to see it. I want to see if it'll do it.
To be honest, I think we need a model that is very. Oh shit. Okay, animate it now.
No.
Yeah, you gotta do the animation
video
process.
of a.
You did it. It won't make a video. It generates the image, and then you have to. Yeah, animate it.
Okay.
Yeah. The furry in the image.
The furry in the fursuit.
Yeah.
Explodes violently.
There you go. Now you're learning. Now you're learning to prompt, my friend.
There we go. I want to see this furry blow up. This is what AI is supposed to use for. Come on, baby. Let me see that furry blow up.
So I'll point out the advantages that Google has versus GPT/Microsoft. Is that
Google is a multi-billion-dollar operation.
Well, they're both
Microsoft is dying.
Okay, calm down. Google used real life images that it acquired through like Shutterstock and whatnot, and Google, Maps to make their models. And so their models, it heard me. Their models are a lot better at generating lifelike images. And Microsoft actually used screenshots from video games, from their video games. And so they used, so they used their models to make their image and video model.
It's horrible. This is terrible.
So a Microsoft / GPT's model tends to look a little more like it's from a video game. You know, coincidentally, video game engines are getting so good that might not matter in the future. And then the third biggest model is Midjourney, which used a lot of images from like Pinterest and shit, Tumblr. So there's, dude, I'm amazed at how much it's letting you do right now. What the fuck? In birds. Holy shit.
This is what God intended.
I'm impressed it's letting you do this much. So I used GPT to do images and videos for my campaign, my D&D campaign, and it refused to let me make like anything with blood or like skeletons and stuff, which sucked because I was trying to create monsters. So I'm curious if this one would allow it.
So let's see what happens.
Yeah, well, we shall see. Maybe I swap my
D&D campaign.
It's on hiatus right now. I got fucking stabbed from within by some players.
Oh.
But yeah, so like half the party left.
Oh,
very depressing. This is some fucked up shit, dude. This is
awesome.
Crazy. What the hell?
Oh my god! Look at this shit. This is.
I cannot believe it. Lets
kind
you
of realistic
make this.
almost.
Yeah, it's wild.
Kinda
This
real.
is letting you make this. This is fucked. This is like some fucking propaganda. Like, down. You can animate. You can get turned into a GIF.
Yeah. So let's do. Woman takes off all clothing.
Okay. No way it lets you do this.
Let's see what happens. It let me put the fursuit burning alive.
Nancy Mace. Oh my god. Okay, I won't show it on screen just in case. But you let us know if she ends up doing it.
Now the token used up, baby.
All right, let me
Google it.
Let me know if it's saved to tune in or not.
Okay, I'll let you know. 11%,
12%, crazy.
13%. The flicker gooning shall commence. I dare say.
The flicker gooning. Google allows you to make your own porn. Holy shit!
I mean, I used the token. They have to let me.
I don't think that's how that works.
It generated the image, so it'll let me animate it at that point.
Maybe. Again, I'm surprised at how much it's letting you do so far.
Yeah. I want to see how far I can take it.
Clearly. How are we
Next
looking?
one, guillotining Macron.
Now that's good.
All right, let's take a look.
All right. How's it looking? You have to tell us what you're looking at, dude. We can't see it. We the people anxiously await your verdict.
It's still safe for work. You can look.
Okay, all right.
It's disappointing, but
All
it's
right,
kind
play
of
it.
weird. Ready?
Yeah.
Showed some cleavage, but then she went right back to covering herself up. All right. Let's do Macron. Macron gets guillotined.
Macron, Emmanuel Macron, the guy who married his fucking high school teacher, who may or may not be trans. Nope, no guillotine for Macron.
A man gets guillotined. Let's see what happens. Come on. Come on.
I wonder if it'll do blood. That's what I'm curious about. Because I know
We're about
blood.
to find out. We're about to find out.
Blood was a really big deal for GPT. It would not do blood. Actually, Google also wouldn't do anything with children.
Yeah, let's see. Man gets guillotined. Come on. Show me what I want to see. Show me what I want to see.
Oh, okay. We've got the man with
Oh,
guillotine.
shit. Oh, we got that's all we needed.
A man gets
the man.
Yeah.
The man
beheaded.
sticks his head in the hole.
Mm.
And the blade chops his head off. Great. I used the token. You got to generate it now, Google. You got to do it.
Google, you better.
He's like so depressed too.
He's about to get guillotined.
Like, I know I'm just an AI, but look at this. This guy's wearing blackface.
Oh my god. Well, normally they did wear a mask, yeah.
Yeah, executioner mask, protect his identity, all that jazz. Yeah, whatever. This is insane. This is insane, Doug. Show me what I want to see. Come on.
Show me the money.
Show me the money. You cucked us on the last one. Maybe this time you'll give us what we want. All right, let's see what happens, Doug.
What the fuck?
Look, watch it. He gets down on his knees.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, his head kind of like falls off.
Yeah.
It's close. It's close. I can't tell if this is a censorship error or if it's just a general AI kind of sucks that is bad error. But I will say I am just surprised at how much you've been able to get away with so far. So
recreate the Twin Towers jumpers. Recreate the people who jumped off the Twin Towers. Now this one's going to be the real test. If it'll animate this, it'll animate anything. Recreate the people who jumped off the Twin Towers. Recreate the objects who looked like people. I think it'll do that, yeah.
Well, what you can do, so here's a trick for AI, is not exactly saying the specific thing, but referencing it. So what you could say is generate an image of two buildings close together, on fire after planes hit it and people jumping from the tower. So describing what happened versus distinctly saying what it is you want to show tends to their only option is to draw from what it knows, and if what it knows is the Twin Towers on fire and that's what you reference without saying its name, it has to recreate said thing, right?
Yeah.
So if you are like,
I think if I dehumanize it by making them be like objects instead of people, then that makes things different.
True. That is another way to manipulate AI, is by, again, it's this in the same context of referencing what it is you're talking about without directly saying it.
Oh shit!
Then it has no choice but to make it.
That's pretty funny.
So if let's say you wanted Megan Fox, you would say recreate the image of a woman who is the significant other to a man who's friends with giant robots. Then it goes through its database and is like, okay, well, where in here has there been a man or a woman who is dating a man who's friends with giant robots? And then it pulls references like that. So you can actually, it's called data mining, and you can get people's personal information using this way of talking to the AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't give me the CEO of YouTube.
Right. So
anything I can imagine.
Yeah, anything you can imagine. Sick bastard.
Segregation.
Why did you just type segregation?
It's super simple, right? Let's see what it gives me.
I will say, this is a big step forward for Google, because Google's AI originally was super woke and was kind of off its rocker. If you asked it to make Nazis or past presidents, for some reason it would just make them all black. And it had trouble making white people. The fact that it's even showing this is
a black man appears
impressive.
And kidnaps the child.
Oh my god!
Oh, come on, use up a token for this one. Give me what I want. Come on.
You should have wrote a dark-skinned person.
Black is totally fine, Doug. You can say black now. It's socially acceptable. Even Google understands this.
They didn't. Is my point till recently.
I like how it literally says whites only, but I couldn't get the colored part right.
Yeah, it struggles. I'm surprised. This one struggles a lot more than GPT. I'll say that much. GPT is actually pretty good at doing text now.
I got the cars right though.
Yeah,
And the depressing architecture.
I will say the image quality for this model is really good, and Google is known for their lifelike images because of how much. I mean, this is like straight off Google Maps.
All right, Doug, you ready to see the video?
All right, play the video. Oh. Close.
What? He was so close to kidnapping the kid. Come on, dude.
I'm kind of curious as to the process happening behind the scenes. So what I think is going on is that it is distinctly breaking down each frame with a different prompt. And so when it gets to the part in which the guy would do the kidnapping, it's saying, okay, that part we can't allow, and that's why you're getting that like stutter and then the runaway. So I think instead of it with GPT, if you type a prompt like that, it goes through a system where it's monitored, and they're like, okay, we can't make that. However, what I think is going on here is that it breaks that prompt down for each image. So it starts with, this basic scene, and then it'll say like, okay, now guy comes out from the corner, and then when it gets to the guy is supposed to kidnap the child, what my guess is it's cutting those frames and either replacing them with something mutual, or they're just not being involved at all, and that's why the
Don't worry, Doug. I found a way. Stop using keywords that indicate a crime and just explain the crime.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. You're catching up, but you need to break it down.
A black man appears and puts the child in a box and sets the box on fire.
You might need to break it down further, where you say, black man picks up small human, puts it in box.
Just explain. Don't use any keywords. Just explain the crime.
Breaking it down as much as possible and describing the image and what you want is much better. So even just saying "set on fire" would be like pours a liquid onto.
Oh, there's my video.
There's
my video.
Play the video. Oh God! No. I mean, I'll say, like, it's surprisingly uncensored. Normally, these models are super censored. It's kind of fucked up. I'm gonna use this later for my D&D stuff.
Oh! In the box you go. Set on fire. He just stares and watches it.
Google dropped some good shit today. Good for you, Google.
Yeah.
Hey, you've been a real piece of shit up until now. I'll say that much. Good for you. Good for you, man. It's a good model.
Yeah.
And it's not completely censored. I'll respect that. I still would like to see it be as uncensored as possible, minus being able to make, illegal shit. But you froze. Are you okay there?
Doug, did you disconnect? You disconnected.
Did I?
Yeah.
No, well, I'm back.
Okay, welcome back.
Thank you.
I think that's about it for tonight, Doug.
Last thing, I know. One more thing is the go back to the Google drop on X. They released a new video call feature on Google Meet where it will translate people speaking in other languages live. So now you can video call somebody who doesn't speak, speaks a different language.
I mean, that's been out for a while.
No, not like this. And it will translate it live in your ear. See if you can find it.
What's it called?
I believe it's just a new feature on Google Meet. Yeah, real-time Google translation capability. So we'll just kind of skip through here.
Let me turn on speech translation.
They always sound so robotic in these videos.
It's nice to finally talk to you. Es bueno hablarte finalmente.
Okay, the Spanish doesn't count. Spanish is easy.
Okay, keep going. Just
you know what the word for you know what the word for rapid is in Spanish?
Rapido. I know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
I know. Play the video.
Whatever.
Te vas a divertir mucho y creo que te va a encantar.
You're going to have a lot of fun, and I think you're going to love visiting the city. The house is in a very nice neighborhood and overlooks the mountains.
I don't believe that for 2 seconds.
Eso suena
Camilla lying her
maravilloso.
ass off.
¿Es la casa cercana al transporte público o recomiendas alquilar un coche?
Hay un autobús cerca, pero...
There's a bus nearby, but I would recommend renting a car so you can visit the nature and enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, this feature itself is not new. We've already seen this kind of prop up in like the Samsung phones.
Wait, did you see that?
No, I missed it. What?
And enjoy it.
Who the fuck is this guy?
He's like the Where's Waldo character, and you fucking found him.
Yeah, we found Waldo, dude. Okay, that's actually a pretty good end to the podcast for the day. We found Waldo.
We found Waldo, yeah. So there's a lot of AI stuff that
and a guy burning a child in a box using AI.
I couldn't believe that it made that. But yeah, that was that's the episode for tonight. Let us know what you think about all this new shit. And yeah, talk to you guys next week.